Last time in the adventures of Power Rangers. The party broke into underground prison where the former party member Breen was held captive. After releasing and persuading several other prisoners, the party has rushed upstairs to fight their way out. On the way out, Sas has found an interrogation room where Breen was held originally and where her items were stored. He took several blades of the legendary artifact Edge of Stormire, just as Breen had finished off the local executioner. The party also freed a person from the torture rack, who promised help if the party takes him with them. Soon after using Dimension Door, the party ended up outside of the guild house of the crew of Black Daughter. Carefully, they have reached a hideout where they took temporary refuge. As the party rested, Saz went upstairs and reconnected two pieces of the legendary weapon with a shard of his own. Seeing the weapon reforged right in front of his eyes, he fell unconscious. Okay, hello and welcome everybody. Yeah.
4 hours.
Yeah, you've just had an opportunity to watch a 1 minute compressed version of what happened in the last game, which lasted about 4 hours. So, as usually, we have a starting intro video of about the past episode. You can always watch it in the separate collection on our Twitch channel, as well as in the beginning of every game. So if any one of the viewers or one of the players wants to recap quickly in the video format anything that happened some past games, last 15 games at least, this is since I started making the intros, you can always go back in that collection and check it. Other than that, hello and welcome to the Tale of Power Rangers, as the group with the infamous name of Power Rangers has just instigated a prison break from one of the guild houses and have successfully reached the hideout of the new acquaintance, Tilo. And we ended our last game as the party was trying to have a rest in their hideout, as Tilo has left the house looking for help with his acquaintance, as he promised in the port about trying to find a way out of the island from the Tower of Rock. You can see it on the world map. This is where exactly the party is at. It's a huge island with a very tall tower which serves as a lighthouse. But as you learned from the captain that you arrived to the island to, at this specific moment it's abandoned, and it's a very precious place for adventure seekers, if you might say. Other than that, yes, Rafe, you here? So you currently find yourself sipping a bit of ale on the very first floor with Breen, as Farward has departed to have a short rest, as he usually does. Warlocks really like to have short rests. So, as did Sas, who already left the room maybe an hour and a half ago. He was the earliest to go to, let's say, for a rest. Now it's about 10 p.m. as you seem to have a conversation with Breen, who is happy to have a friend nearby. So you kind of having this typical chit chat about all and nothing at the same time, where she is just trying to find some warmth and friendship and some safety in the conversation with somebody she knows. As you keep in this light conversation, you learn that it was she only while she was in prison she realized how alone was she in her attempts to find the family legacy, and that meeting you back in Ironwood and as well as sharing a part of a journey actually meant quite a lot for her. So she is really glad to see you around, even though her hands actually, she is really guilty of murder, as the wanted poster was stating, but she's still glad that somebody decided to came after her and even instigated the prison break.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that Bryn knows that we came as quick as we could, you know. She knows that we're always far, doing something that we cannot stop doing. Yeah, but I just want her to know that we were always thinking about her. We were always considering visiting her, of course, and saving her, of course.
So as a DM, last time you've seen her was actually when you were turned into stone statue, and she helped to kind of dispel the curse. But after that, she departed the capital. Haven't seen you since. You had to travel to Pit of Malice. You had to travel to High Lakes, and also all the way back. So it's been really a while since you saw her last time. What are you telling her about the Power Rangers?
Nothing important.
What is nothing important? Can you please be more specific?
Maybe. No, I mean, I will not talk about the vampire like that.
Okay, so you are kind of avoiding the topic of Roman Remnoir?
Yeah. Did she know that we were sun keepers? Yeah, that she should already know, right? Yeah. What else happened? I mean, of course, I will not mention. No, that's all related to the vampire. Can I mention, actually? Everything was related to... Oh, well, I mean, I can talk about Sas a little bit.
Go ahead. She is
no.
extremely interested in like this monk type of a person who is fairly reserved in his words and actions. And she didn't hear him talking almost at all, as she saw him through the bars. So she's mostly interested in your opinion. Who is this guy, and if she can really rely on him?
Yeah, I wonder that myself. We're not so sure that we can actually rely on him because it's a little bit weird sometimes. He has helped fighting enemies, yes, but he has also wanted to just leave while fighting enemies as well. So it's kind of unstable, so you cannot always just count on him for that. But according to him, he's a Bob superfan, and that's why he joined us. Because we're also looking for Bob. We just want to find where he is.
You perfectly know that I'm also a Bob superfan.
No, but he seems to be a real, like, the positive superfan, right?
Oh, that's...
Yeah. But it could be that maybe Saz needs something that Bob has. I'm not so sure.
Okay, I'll keep my eye on him, and if I notice something, I will tell you.
But have you... It's a stupid question. Maybe you don't know because you were just asking about Bob. But have you heard about him? Has he talked to you? Have you dreamed about him? Like, little dreams and visions have been important, so maybe you also have them. Who knows?
Bob? I mean, he definitely wouldn't be in the first dozen of people I would like to meet. Or somebody I would go to in times of need. Maybe he has changed with time, I don't know. But not that I was thinking about him recently. Why are you asking?
No, because I think you already mentioned we kind of had this vision of you and Bob was around, or at least involved in this vision, but we're not really sure because all of these things that Sas sees are partly fiction, meaning that they're just
So do you think he's like a
symbolic
little crazy or what?
No, they're symbolic, but it seems that he doesn't understand what it means. And other things just happen just as he saw them. And they seem to be in the future, so yeah, it's very complicated to interpret. Like, what does Bob mean in that case? If you didn't talk to Bob, if he didn't reach out to you, then it cannot be exactly that. It has to be symbolic. It has to mean something else that we don't know yet.
Okay, and is he doing some paintings on the wall with blood? Is he part of any cult? Is he taking some medicine?
He's very secretive, so we are not like all the time together. He does a lot of like lonely time basically for meditating, but we kind of concluded that it was something that monks do.
At this moment we're jumping to Sus. Sus. Your eyes are closed and you don't see anything but darkness. The only thing that is different around your surrounding, first there is just silence. And then you have a feeling that somebody is actively trying to get to you, to open these gates into your consciousness, to communicate a message to you. And it reminds you of times from your monastery training when you were really exhausted and had a time, maybe 10 minutes to have a nap. And then you actually succeeded to fall asleep and then suddenly it tries to actually wake you up. This is a very unpleasant feeling for you. As you're kind of opening these gates of consciousness, you hear this loud, a bit rickety, somewhat old voice. It reminds you of somebody who might be playing of a drum sounds. It's kind of quick at some moments, then makes stops. You're trying to understand what is it about. Is it one of the languages that you speak? What kind of language are you speaking?
Quite few. Common.
It's not common.
Elvish.
No.
Undercommon.
Nope.
That's it.
Okay, this is none of the languages you understand. You realize nonetheless that the general passage that's somebody is trying to correspond with you, it's somewhat aggressive, maybe commanding, but it's definitely like somebody who would address you from like higher ups. As you're trying to identify what's the language, you can roll for history.
DM, just for... I can understand thoughts of people without knowing the language.
I know.
Okay. History. 3.
So
An
you
old
hear...
language.
Yeah, you're doing your best, but you feel like you're being shouted in a language you don't understand, and therefore your attempts to decipher it kind of ends up fruitless. After some time, you don't know, was it a couple of seconds or an hour, the voice starts again. This time, you hear the familiar intonation of a voice, but in common.
The same voice? Or a new one?
It's the same voice with the accent in your head. And the voice in your head is wake up the one that has awoken me. Show me the fear in the in the eyes of your enemies. Prove that you're worthy.
Do I see anyone in the room when I open my eyes?
You can open your eyes to get 1 HP back.
Okay, 1 HP. Better not fight anyone.
As
Do
you
I
open your
barely
eyes,
see anyone?
as you're trying to, with a great effort, trying to open your eyes, you find yourself sitting on the knees in your typical monk posture, with something that resembles a great edge of a sword with a giant flashing red stone flashing in front of you on the ground. It's if you're trying to imagine it from the side, it's imagine those samurais sitting in their houses when they're meditating, and they seem to be one moment away from actually extending their sword and going to battle, even though they're still sitting on the ground. This is kind of the position the SAS finds it in. As you're trying to look around and find the source, you don't see a single humanoid around you. The door seemed to be undisturbed since you closed it.
This is the voice of my maybe deity that I heard before? Or is this a male voice or female voice?
It's a strong male voice with a commanding accent. This is definitely not your deity. You know that your deity doesn't communicate with you with words, rather with images.
Yeah. Well, I will try to push out the voices in my head and crawl to the bed nearby, take a pill. I have some healing pills with me, and try to maybe go back to my senses. I don't know. Hearing voices doesn't sound like a good, progress. Sounds like I'm getting possessed or sick or mad. This didn't happen before.
It didn't, correct. So as you're trying to crawl to the bed to where your bags are, your possessions and the healing pills, you hear the voice, which is now more in an annoyed state.
Okay, I don't want to die. What does the voice says?
As you are moving away from the place where you're awoken, the voice seemed to be kind of quieter, but it's still very well heard in your head.
Can I guess that this comes from the pearl, maybe? The red pearl, or the sword itself?
Yes, that seems to be the case.
Okay, can I try to cover the pearl? I don't know, maybe that works. That's how my deep knowledge of magic means if the person cannot see you, they cannot communicate with you. Can I throw some blanket over the sword?
Absolutely. As you are throwing the blanket to cover the massive edge of a sword lying there in the middle of a room, as you've seen the red glowing flickering of a gemstone that previously was in your possession, and now it seems to be part of one single entity. The last thing you hear in your head as you covered with a blanket was one single word, and it was said with a strong Orcish accent. Weakling!
David. No. I'm not. I don't want to get possessed or anything. Not now. Later. So I'll throw it over the sword. Maybe toss the sword away from my bed on the other side of the room. And I want to treat my state with some pills that I have and some herbs that I have, and I want to take, I don't know, at least a short rest.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. The longer you hear the voice and the longer you're spending time conscious, it seems like your mental state is improving and you're fortifying your defenses, and the gates that previously were easily opened in your mind, you're now able to control them and close them down for an influence. So yeah, you no longer hear the voice. Or at least you think you are feeling better. We're going back to Rafe. So, as you are continuing the conversation with Breen, she starts to tell you that she has a lot of temptation now to go back to the crew of Black Daughter and to ransack the whole house there in order to find the two bloody edges of the edge of Stormire she was able to locate on her journey. And only the fact that you hardly managed to get out of there with your help kind of stops her now. Okay, we have
Second source of music
guy.
joint.
the speaker guy who has internet issues. Okay, Rafe?
Yeah, no, I was just gonna tell Bryn, hey Bryn, but I mean, if it wasn't there, maybe they moved it. Maybe it is somewhere else now, and we're gonna have to find a way to locate that object. Otherwise, we would have found it, right? Because we looked in the chests. It has
Very
to be
much
that it
possible.
wasn't there. Yeah.
That's possible. I mean, what would they do? I need to scout. I need to spy on them a bit more. I need to find out who are they distributing the goods they find and locate. Maybe I can still find some traces. Oh,
but
this
it's a-
obsession,
Yeah.
it doesn't do good.
Just not nearby, yes? If you can do it from remote, that's better, because otherwise we're all gonna be in danger.
Hello, party.
Okay, voice check.
Hello?
Farvald.
Late in the name of work. I hope.
Working on
This,
Mondays.
Yeah.
We're all
Usually
works
not
on
at the
Mondays.
office on Mondays, but today was different.
Okay, so what you just missed, we have already started the session as the Sas found himself fighting with voices in his head while being in his own room. And Rafe,
I wonder what that could be.
Rafe had a conversation with Breen on the first floor, sipping an ale, resting, as Farwell also went to have a short rest, as warlocks like short rests.
What time is it again?
So now it's about 10 p.m. and your acquaintance, Tilo, left the house about an hour ago, and he promised to be back by 12.
Fair enough.
It just moved. I thought it was at 11, and I thought that he had left at 7, but okay.
10, 11, yeah, somewhat.
Details.
So
Actually, he wanted to be back at 12, right? I remember we had like some time off.
yeah, you had a couple hours off, so Farrell was having a short rest as of now. But if you want to do something specific while you're alone in one of the rooms, you can tell to us right away.
Nah, I think I'm fine actually. Yeah. Should be fun.
Okay, then we're back to Rave. So, judging by our position, how are we getting out from here? I already tried to onboard one of the vessels that are doing the contraband, and you see where it got me? Those damned Dragonborn, they are patrolling and serving on many ships. I wasn't lucky enough to be caught.
Oh, wait. Actually, since we had a sudden downtime, Forward would like to, before using a short rest, do something. That's possible.
Okay. Do something.
Back in time, okay.
So Forward is... Wait. I'm just gonna do it. So since Forward is maybe like kind of trusting this guy at whose place we're at, but maybe not 100%. I'm just gonna scry on him, just to be sure. Just let me quickly cast it.
Okay, please
So
use the spell.
I'm looking. Where is
Do
it?
you have anything of
Yeah.
his?
So maybe before I would look through the apartment, I guess, or the house, and then maybe look for a very personal belonging of his. At best, something he wears, so maybe clothes. If I find some hair.
So, as
Obviously
you
the hair.
arrive to this building, he described it to you that this is one of several hideouts he could be using in a dire situations. So, this is not an apartment where he keeps his personal pictures or family belongings in a way. This is just a short stay, temporary Airbnb.
Okay, but still, like something he would probably be wearing, like spare clothes, or a bedsheet, maybe. You know, something that would maybe he would be holding close to the body.
No, that wouldn't work. So,
But
you're
do
using
you think that will
scrying.
work or not?
No, that wouldn't work.
Well, it says possession or garment. If it's his possession, and everything in this house is his possession, then he should get -4 on save modifier.
Maybe. So,
Oh no!
what is your saving? Wisdom
Okay.
16,
Yeah,
and you have
I met him
your
first
first
hand,
hand. Yeah, you basically
so
met him.
that's
So that's
plus
zero.
minus
Just
0.
Yep. And now he needs to roll wisdom.
Yes,
Let's see.
unless he wants to simply give in, can do that too.
He didn't roll well. So,
Nice.
as you're trying to use your scrying magic on that specific particular person, you currently find yourself at this point of view, the cone of vision that appears. It seems to be on the street. It's fairly dark. There's a couple of torches in the distance, but it's definitely outside. As you're looking around, you notice a couple of boxes, some sets of parchment. So that seems to be a load, and by the chatter of a sound that comes, it seems to be located somewhere near the sea and the port. As you're looking at the distance, you currently can see that Tilo, he is passing from one building to another, and he's knocking into one of the doors, which looks to be leading to offices of a kind. And as he knocks there, you realize that his knocking is not erratic or random. It's rather a repetitive set, like a code. as he repeats the same pattern several times, you see that the door is opening inwards, and he seemed to have a quick couple of phrases going into direction, saying, "Oh, long time no see." And as he walks inside of the building, disappearing from your view, you can hear a couple dozens of seagulls still flying above the building as of now.
The sensor moves with the target, so I should go inside with him and see and hear what happens there.
Does it?
Does. I can I just...
For a limited time, though, like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
or
how
something.
long is it?
That's true. It's for
But
10
it's not
minutes.
much. It's a long time. It's not.
It's 10
Quite
minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So as your invisible gleaming orb of vision enters inside the building, you keep on looking at there is a tiny room. There are a lot of scrolls, papers, things to be looking like a working office of somebody who deals with the documentation, ledgers. There are a couple of sacks with with some heavy material, some woodwork around. So overall, the office seems to be items are quickly moved in and out from here. And currently, Tilo, the person you've met last time, and he looks, you can see his picture in Maps and Lore channel, just above. He's built with a particular beard style and glasses. He seems to be talking with Dragonborn in the room.
Not shiny.
Yeah, so as he is talking with the Dragonborn, you see that some part of their conversation, he is actually trying to use this like hissing sounds of the Dragonborn language. So meanwhile, the other guy seems to be really struggling with common. So Tilo seems to have some kind of half proficiency in Dragonborn language. And as you're trying to make up the idea of the conversation, it seems like your friend is asking about the transportation of spices and when will the next shipment from the island is gonna leave. The other person, of course, inquires about how much, where is the delivery to, how much is needed, does he need strong boxes, does it need to be safely secured, needs to be wet protected. So the longer they're actually talking, the more it seems they're using some kind of phrase codes in there. So the conversation, the wording that they're using is not exactly what they're talking about here. The conversation ends with Tilo basically saying, "Oh, maybe I'm gonna ask a couple more people around here." And as he's about to leave the door, the Dragonborn approaches from behind and is like putting the hand on the shoulder, and he says like, negotiate. And Tilo returns back to him with a face. And this is how the conversation seems to be continuing. This is how the spell ends.
Okay, interesting. But so far everything seems good, so no reason to alarm anyone.
Yeah, you are in your room, you can mark the long rest.
Nice.
Rafe?
Short rest, not long rest.
Short rest, yes.
I heard long. Okay.
Short.
You said long. I was about to click long rest.
No.
Honestly, it doesn't really make any difference for me, so.
Yeah, for you.
Sas, you're feeling better and better each minute?
I've used my capacity to restore, yes.
Exactly, yes.
My hit dices and some other stuff.
Yes. So you feel back in kind of a shape. You feel a bit shaken up by your unexpected experience, but you seem to have taken all the precautions you could think of as of now. What do you do?
I'll wake up, collect my bag, drink some fresh water, and I want to look at the item. How big is it? You know, can I put it on my, instead of my usual sword? Or it's not gonna fit? Or can I use it? I will touch it slowly with, you know, first go to it, look at it, then maybe touch with one finger carefully. Yeah, I don't know. I want to try to pick it up, ideally. If I don't hear any voices, or if I'm not gonna go mad, or I'm not gonna go, you know, get the same effect as previously, that I'm gonna bleed out.
Okay, so that means you're removing the sheet away from it, yes, and you see that the blade there, it's quite big and massive. It's a great sword. It's a piece of a great sword in front of you, so this is not something that you would easily put in a sheath for dagger or even for a longsword. This is something that, in case carried, would be on a display. As you are trying to approach with your finger there,
two-handed, okay.
You find that as you are like trying to apprehend the place where the hilt would be, the handle would be, you felt that you actually touched something, even though you can swear with your own eyes there is no handle to wield the sword. And as you do that, you hear the same voice. All your mental barriers are shattered. You hear the same commanding voice. Care to practice, weakling?
Now, yes. I mean, unless I lose all my HP again. Do I lose all my HP? Do I need to make Constitution check or something? No. Sure. I mean,
the voice tells you...
I'm not gonna listen to the voice a lot, but I'm gonna pick it up.
Voice tells you, grab the handle, don't touch the blade. You can obviously see that the handle is not there.
Makes sense. The handle is not there.
Yeah.
I will throw a piece of cloth to where the handle is. Maybe it's invisible.
In fact, it seems like that there is an object under the cloth that resembles the hilt, that now is shaped up like a hilt, but it's not visible.
Okay, then picking up through the cloth. It's just a generic whatever, towel. Yeah, towel. Whatever I can find in the roof, just piece of cloth. So trying to not still touch it, but yeah, picking it up through the skin. Is it heavy? Is it cold, hot? Is it toxic? Is anything going on? Is it burning in my hands?
So as you would raise this weapon up, you feel that probably this weapon would be heavier than you would expect something of this size. So it's bigger than long swords that Farwell is handling. It's about the blade itself. As of this moment, is about 1.5 meters. The most of the weapon is actually a blade itself. It has been completely reforged with the power of the shard that you have added to it. So, and as you're starting to wield it in one single hand, you feel that you want to add the second hand to it, and the voice in your head says, "Who show me the whirlwind of death, position 36." And you are proficient with this weapon, so you know what it talks you. tells you about.
Wait. I mean, I'm not used to two-hand. I'm weak, so weak that I cannot one-hand it.
You are not
even
weak.
with +4 strength.
You are very strong with +4 strength. You're very strong. The
Okay,
gloves
I wanna
that are
one-hand it.
the gloves that you are using actually seems to be like a perfect fit for the handle of this massive weapon.
Okay. Yeah, I have the gloves, so I'm not touching it technically. Good, then don't need the cloth anymore. Just use the gloves. I want to practice a bit with one hand, but you said it's a large sword, and I cannot put it in a bag.
You could wrap it in clothes, carry it with you behind your back.
Totally
It's definitely big enough. It's too big to carry it by your side. As you're trying to wield it around, you find yourself that your recent experience on maybe connection with a sword, or maybe your gloves, or something has changed within you, and you seem to be, for the first couple of minutes, you seem to feel that the sword has its own wheel, that the way how you were taught that position of 39 that you were supposed to do would be done a bit differently. You would need to bend your knee a bit more, keep more saddled position, and make a thrust with a bit different angle. And you do feel that the sword is actually trying to do something else than what you thought. So I would ask you to roll for strength contested check.
It's a built-in trainer into the sword, I see. Strength?
Yep.
Saving throw or just strength?
Just strength.
Natural 20? +4?
Ooh. You feel that those initial commotions of a sword trying to do its own technique, you are pushing you're showing that your muscles are made of steel and that your posture is correct. So just with the power of your shoulders and hand, you're kind of like forcing the sword in the technique that you prefer. And after a couple of moments of the struggle, you see that this tension disappears, and now it behaves exactly as you want it to move. You hear the voice in your head with extremely satisfying notion. You are not weakling that I thought you are.
Good. Can I ask the voice back? Does it work like that?
Yeah, you can try.
I wanna ask it,
since then it communicates with in common only. Yeah.
Can you conceal yourself or shapeshift into a smaller visible shape?
You probably deserve my respect, so I will answer your question. I could shapeshift if I would have all the components.
Okay. I will then keep you by my side for now. Maybe we will find the rest of...
May the glorious
you.
battle find us.
Yes. But I don't have any money. So I wanna wrap it up.
Money is for the merchants and pathetic crooks.
Damn it! I actually don't have any money, like zero. I think.
I have even more respect
Inventory
for you
zero.
now.
Shit. Can I steal something from this house? Do they have any sword sheets for the swords?
You can try
This guy
to
should
find
have
something.
I want to steal a simple shield and some kind of generic sheets for the sword. Because I only have short sword. I don't have a sheets for the great sword. So how do I do it? Investigation or perception?
I mean, in that specific room that you're staying, there's nothing of that kind. You would need to go.
I don't care. I don't know what this. I don't care who this apartment belongs to. I'm gonna just rumble through all the rooms and whatever, take whatever I want.
Yeah, we're gonna
carried-
hear you. And
Yeah,
see
yeah.
you.
Yeah, you will.
As you, Rave, and Breen, you're sitting downstairs and keeping the conversation, you hear kind of, especially Breen first. She like takes like attentive look upstairs to a different floor. She has a higher perception than you, Rave, and says, somebody just rambling through several of the rooms, but nobody has entered the building, so probably farewell to sus. As you are going through the rooms on the second floor, one room there seems to be closed. Everybody else seems to be, there are two more rooms which were opened. They look like yours, like a guest rooms. What do you do?
I don't care. I'm just gonna whatever. Break the wall, break the door, just kick it.
Well, we're gonna try
It's not
to
my
follow
house.
The
We're living anyway.
So because
It's
you're
a wooden
wearing
door,
the
come on.
yeah, it's a wooden door because you're wearing the gloves of the ogre power. I think was it the name of the artifact?
Something like that. Yeah, ogre.
Gauntlets of ogre power. Farvald, you're trying to keep yourself rested and thinking about high energies
Shit.
and
The forward sleeps.
and as you were just
I was
trying to
already
establish a
gone.
connection with an icon, thinking about what you've lost, what you gained, what knowledge you acquired, you hear that this like the door. Somebody behind the door makes the loud kick, and the door basically breaks in 5 pieces and collapses right down in front as the dust is spreading around. Rafe and Breen also hear the commotion and about to run upstairs.
So the moment this happens, I mean, Farwell
We
was
have a-
possessed.
We have a demon voice.
yeah.
Mhm.
Purge the unclean, burn the heretics.
Oh, excuse me. That was an unintended spoiler. How do I turn it off?
So we have more than technical difficulties today, I guess. We have demon difficulties today.
Okay, tell me it's over or not.
Yeah.
It is over, yeah.
It is.
Nice, okay.
So the
Good.
current
didn't
dust
hear that.
set kind of like all the dust is in the air, but you can see a figure behind this rubble, and that stands as a hooded figure, and there is a large object in one of its hands.
But I don't immediately recognize who it is.
The dust is still in the air. You can act something. Somebody just broke into your room.
I mean, yeah, like, what the fuck? I mean, I was just talking to my deity, and... Wait a minute. Just let me check.
It's the Anachron himself. You should bow and pray for forgiveness.
Eldritch Blast. I mean, of
yeah.
course, I mean,
Yeah,
I'm getting
go.
attacked here.
Yeah. Roll for attack.
Oh, does 25 hit?
25 hits.
Oh.
So that would be force damage 13, but it is 2 rays. So actually, let me check. I did level up. 3 rays, actually. So it's 3 times 13 force damage. So 39. Wow. Why is it? It's powerful all of a sudden.
$25.
Sas, how does your HP look like?
I see if I can do anything. Yeah, I'm getting pushed back into the corridor, I guess. For how much? 25? Total?
39 damage. But force
What?
damage.
39?
I mean, it's 13 per ray, and there are 3 rays.
Okay, I'm gonna fall back to the corridor and scream like, "Who is it?
I mean, we're
Reveal yourself!"
also in the corridor.
Farvel,
Do I
you-
recognize the voice?
Yeah, you hear the loud steps on the stairs as Bryn and Rafe appear to be on the second floor. They all see the rubble of a door as it slowly settles down, and you hear the voice of Sas behind the door who is shouting, seems like your direction.
Okay, but... no, it's not Farwell's turn, right?
Farvel, yeah.
Okay, so I recognize it's Sas' voice.
You recognize the voice, yeah. His action was to speak, yes.
Okay. Sas, what a 9 hells did you do? I thought you were someone attacking me. What was that about?
I just wanted to ask you for some money. Come on.
That's
and
where you
the door
break my
was
door
closed.
down? Yes,
It was
then you
closed.
open it. Or you knock.
I tried. It was closed.
Yeah, for a reason.
I need my
God damn
money
it,
now.
Sus.
Like, give me like 100 gold or 200. I need to
Wait,
buy
what?
some tea essence, and I need to buy spices for Bayan. Not Bayan, but the Kwa, the new Bayan.
Well, you don't need to knock down my door first. Second, I'm trying to connect to my deity, so we talk about this later. Plus, I need another
I
room,
didn't bother
'cause the
you.
door is
I just
broken.
knocked at the door. I didn't touch you. You
What?
didn't keep talking to your deity.
You destroyed the whole door. I need a different room now. By the way, are you okay?
What? It's your house now? Of course I'm okay. I'm
Bryn
feeling
is
very
looking
strong.
at Rafe and says, is he always like that?
No, something's happening.
But did I see how it
Yes.
happened actually?
That's
No,
No,
you
it was just
only
basically
heard-
the door.
You heard the loud crack, and as the door just fell in pieces.
So that sus looked somewhat different to me.
Um,
Because this is not typical sus behavior. This is
you previously
indeed
have
sus.
seen him running walls and hitting trees, and this is the first time you see him hitting the door.
So,
God
will
damn
you
it,
give me a
Sas.
few hundred gold? I need to
We
leave.
talk- We talk later. I need to talk to my deity first.
Damn it! And I'm gonna go rumbling through other rooms. Maybe I find some gold statues. I don't know. I need some gold. Like, some gold, some money to buy exactly the spices and some basic equipment.
Wait, Sas,
Um,
hold on, Farad says.
Yes, what's up?
Don't break anything else. We're guests here. What's going on? Why do we need money all of a sudden? What happened to the monk aspect? You know? What do you need to buy?
Nothing happened. Everything is fine. I just remembered that I needed to buy spices for Quo. And we are leaving now, and I cannot live without spices. I'm not gonna break
We-
my promise to Quo. I
We're not
promised
leaving
him.
it.
Yeah, but the shops are gonna be closed in the night. You know, it's already 10 o'clock. Who's gonna
Has-
sell me
ha-
spices at 2 a.m.?
Has Farad already seen a berserker in his life? You know?
Mm,
you mean I
maybe.
mean those fighters who fall in battle trance?
Yeah, you've seen a couple of them, but you didn't hear them talking. Something reasonable.
So okay, so Sas doesn't remind me of them. Because-
Roll for insight.
$18?
He has definitely now said more words combined than for the past several days. because usually he keeps a lower profile and doesn't really speak a lot of his opinions. Even back in the prison escape, prison break, he wasn't even not talking with the prisoners. He was just passing them by. So now he's in the mood, if you can say. That's definitely a swing that you didn't anticipate.
Okay. Well, whatever, Sas. Okay, I give you some money, but so Fawad is looking for his pockets. But then he remembers. But wait, you want to go buy spices now? We cannot leave this house. You understand?
Right.
We're wanted. We cannot show our faces outside.
I'm just gonna smash whoever stands in front of me. What do you mean?
No. The whole idea of this whole mission is to get out of here without smashing anyone. I feel
But I
a
need to
struggle.
get spices.
But what spices?
Some quality one, the good ones. I don't know.
I'm
not a
is
spices
making a
person.
couple steps forward to, hey Sas, just calm down, I mean, I've been here for months, kind of like.
Do you
and,
know where you can buy spices?
I know a couple of places that are dealing with herbs. Yeah, but I've seen them, but I'm pretty sure nobody of them works after 6.
Sas looks very troubled, even more than before. We'll have to break in, then. How do we get the spices? There must be something. No, I'm gonna go to Adventurers Guild. They must have something. They must have 24/7 shop, Spezi for urgent medicine, stock.
What exactly?
They'll
Which
give me a
spices do you
discount
need?
also. I need something local, something from the sea, something you cannot buy in the capital. And I also want a basic shield and a basic great sword. Yeah, I decided I'm gonna use a great sword. The great sword is great.
What do we have now? Like, what is this? Is this like a barbarian? No, warrior, monk, thief? Is that what we are dealing with right now?
Rafe, you are currently looking at you're looking at this whole scene. It seems to be bizarre. And only now you're noticing that Sas is holding an object by his, let's say, under his shoulder. Yeah, it's fairly long, and it's wrapped in clothing.
Yeah, I have a deja
You
vu.
realize that those clothing is some of the robes that Sas was wearing the days before, but are dirty.
Yeah, but I noticed a big object.
Yeah, he's keeping the conversation while this object is by his under his shoulder. He's holding it close to his body.
Yeah. I'll suggest, since I'm with Brain, I'll tell Brain that whatever Sas is carrying is weird and I don't know what it is. Let's go and hold it. Like, hold Sas and see what the object is because he loses interest.
Farvel, did you give him money?
No, Fawad was about to, but then he realized we cannot really leave the house, so I didn't give him any. But so wait, your idea is to restrain us?
Sas, what do you do?
Because we wanna
Farvel
see- I
seems to
wanna
be
see what
reluctant.
that is.
Like, I mean,
The
in
extortion
the past,
didn't happen.
Look at the Rave. Rave, do you have some gold to spare? Like 100 gold. Or 200 or 300.
What do
I
you
don't
have
care, I'll
there,
give you
Sas?
back the rest.
What do you have there, Sas?
Oh, it's a cool new weapon I found.
You found? Show us.
since when do you use weapons?
He
Okay,
see
yeah.
how with one masterful move he kind of removes the ropes and reveals to you, and with both of his hands holding an invisible handle. And you can see like a large 1.5 meter edge of a sword with a red
1.5 meter,
glowing.
what?
Yeah, it's hardly fitting in the corridor here. So, and you can see this red glowing stone just like on the maps and lore pictures, just on the picture there. It looks that way. Yeah, the weirdest thing is not the sword itself, but he's holding it by the handle, which is not there. So there is a connection distance between his fingers, his hands, and the edge itself. And
Wait,
as
what?
he's doing this masterful move, you notice that the sword, whether he is that strong or the sword is so light that he seems to be very much proficient with the weapon.
So wait, just for clarification, we have the sword. Yeah, there's this blade, and he's
Yeah.
gripping the blade where there's nothing. So
not
basically gripping the air.
He's gripping the place where it's supposed to be held.
Ah, okay. It's not like levitating or something like that, but okay. Well, Sasa looks like a really great weapon, but something's missing. And where did you find this? I mean, now that Farwell looks at that, I think he would probably be able to understand that this is somehow a magical weapon. I mean, you see all those light effects, everything. So this is not
RGB effects. Yeah.
It looks
Yes.
also like a battle
Breen
shape,
is
doesn't it?
rolling for survival
So
to see
Survival.
if she sees
The sword is
anything.
that mighty.
This weapon seems ugly familiar somehow, but I'm not sure where I've seen it before. Where did you get it?
I don't remember. I woke up in my room and I had it in my hands. Well, I had it in my hand, but I was lying on the floor. Maybe my deity gave it to me. I don't know. I remember I came into the room and then I don't remember anything. And then I woke up really like dizzy and I took a rest, but actually the sword was there in the room.
Bryn is looking at
I think
Farwell
it's
and
like-
saying, does it happen that deities are just giving you gifts like that?
Wait a minute, Farwell says. And I mean, he remembers because he's a Hexblade warlock. Sas, is this sword talking to you?
Do I hear it talking to me? No?
Sas, as you hear the voice in your head saying, are they the enemies?
No, I'm talking
You-
to the sword. But
you
they
can
think I'm
respond.
talking to them.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, no. I hear all the voices sometimes of my deity, but the sword is a weapon. You know,
I mean, I'd really like
you
to
want to
inside
try
check
talking
this.
to it?
I'd really like to inside check this because, I mean, Farwell was
Okay,
specifically asking, and this would be a lie.
I would say that
Okay.
would be a contested check, but Sas has advantage. So Sas rolled deception and Farwell rolls insight.
Why does he have advantage?
But we're all not really stupid,
It's
right?
okay.
Like, we realize that
17.
since Saz is acting weird, the only
25.
difference we see is that he has the sword. So we might
It's fine.
Like,
It's
why do I
25.
have charisma people in the party?
Today's a
Farwell.
good rolling day.
Farwell, your insight and your past experience with object and specifically magical items, especially since you are kind of a master in removing curses, you know that this world is big and dangerous and there are many interesting items, especially your shield that you are carrying around, that have unique, sometimes very extreme possibilities hidden in them. So you know to treat your magical items with care. And you do notice this sudden change in the behavior of Sas and his speech. And of course you haven't seen this item in his, especially this large, in his possession before. So there is something is happening, and the sword seems to be weird in your you would treat it with suspicion and care. And careful. Yeah, but Sas seems to be telling the truth at this specific moment.
Wait, he failed? He failed the deceiving check. That was
Yeah,
a
but
contested check.
You cannot.
What his intentions and his speech is true to his thoughts at the
Okay.
So whatever he was answering to you and what he is needing at this moment is exactly what he wants.
He doesn't know he's lying.
He wants money.
Damn it,
He
I can't
wants
do
money.
anything.
He wanted to ask for money and he clearly stated his goals.
Okay, well, Sas, this new sword of yours is like very, very nice and pretty, but just to be sure that you're okay, can you just put it on the floor and take one step back? I mean, can you do that?
Of course. I mean, it's just a sword. I mean, I'm feeling confident because I rolled natural 20 recently in handling the sword, so I don't think I have a, certain connection to it. Like, I think I of course, Robert. But just don't touch the blade, or probably don't touch it at all. I don't know. It's my DT sword, probably. So if you're gonna touch it, something bad may happen. But of course, you can look at it.
If I touch
so you put it on the
something
floor.
bad can happen.
You put it on the floor? Yeah, you put it on the floor and it's that wide and big that it hardly fits in the corridor width. So it goes from wall to wall. As you put it on the side, you make a step back and everybody can see that nothing really happened. It's just a huge blade of a sword without the handle of it. But yeah, and the Sas makes a couple of steps back and looks kind of unworried.
Okay, that looks good. Sas, would it be okay?
I don't think
for
it's
you if
cursed or anything. Well, I didn't feel like you.
Would it be okay for you if I touch it? I don't need to hold it. I just need to touch it.
Well, then you take all the risks. I wouldn't recommend. I mean, I'm not touching your DT stuff, right? Every day, I'm not touching Rafe's items in her bag. But if you
we've touched Daisy
so
items
tempted,
before. We did touch the deck of many these cards.
Yeah.
I didn't touch deck of many
nothing.
things. What are you talking about?
I did. I didn't.
You didn't even
grab
give it
from
to me.
inside. Well, why would I give it to you? It's not mine or yours. But I had it in my hands and nothing happened. As long as I'm not using it, and
You can touch it, but I'm not. I don't know. I'm not a wizard. Something might happen. Just be. I don't know. It's heavy. It's a huge sword. But it's up to you if you want to take the risk. Just don't break it. And don't. Yeah. You can try touching it if you want. It's weird.
Okay.
Why do you want to touch a sword?
I just want to make sure it's not cursed in any way.
Of course. That would be great. I would also want to know, but I don't. I believe it's not cursed.
So, I mean, the sword, there's like this big Sauron eye in the middle of it. So it's reeking of energy and magic.
Yeah. Not really an eye, but rather a large gemstone.
A ring? Okay. Okay. So, looking at that, how sure would Fable be that it's actually like a mighty weapon? Like how much of a grasp could he get of the meaning, dimension, and power of this object?
Are you proficient in martial weapons?
Yes.
Okay, so then you would know that by default the great swords are capable of inflicting massive damage, and by the size and the width of the blade, It seems to be a well-sharpened, well-maintained weapon that you wouldn't really like to handle on your shield for many hits, just for your shield's sake and for your armor's sake. So the weapon itself seems to be formidable. What is weird for you is that it lacks the handle that Sas was using.
But I mean, looking in the maps and lore channel, and if I check this image we have of the sword.
Yeah, it's missing bottom part. It's missing the handle. So that's why I'm describing the top.
But it looks like there's like some pulsating or moving, wavering.
Yeah, that's the very bottom part of what you can see.
Okay. Good, yeah. So I guess in order to be like just careful Brave, would it be okay for you if you can grant me Intellect Fortress, before I dispel the sword? Just to be sure.
Yes.
I mean, that's what Fao's logic, right?
Yeah, sure.
Cool, thank you.
I'll do it.
Okay, the spell is cast.
Okay, so then Farwold carefully approaches the sword, reaches out with one hand to touch it, and because he wants to cast Remove Curse on that thing.
Okay, tell me exactly the spot you're touching. Are you touching the gemstone or the blade or the place where the handle is?
Probably the gemstone, because Farwold likes gems. And if anything would be wrong with that thing, it would be at the gem.
Okay, please, so you are trying to touch it and cast Remove Curse, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so as you are touching the gemstone, the pulsating gemstone, you see that, as you are a fan of gemstone itself, the stone of this size, probably separately, could easily go for at least 10k. So just the fact that it has been merged in a weapon and it's been used for fancy reasons, that gives this weapon more credibility and, let's say, and weight, both physical and for the show off. So that seems to be a fancy weapon as you're getting close. But as you're touching the shard itself and you're casting the spell seems to be working just fine. So please mark off the spell.
Done.
And as you are touching it, you feel the whisper in your head. So I would like you to ask to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Wisdom. But
it was Constitution.
Yes, it was Constitution for. Okay, I'm so happy I got the fortress. I mean, me personally, I thought it would be Constitution saving throw, but of course Farwold wouldn't know that. So okay, good. So with advantage then, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's first is 18. Second is 23. Nice, 23.
Nice. You made it. So it's only 2d6.
It's only 100 damage.
So you take 9 psychic damage.
I still take damage.
Yes. So as you hear this voice in your head, I already have a master.
Can I talk to it?
And this sudden feeling in your ears as they're starting to ring as you're taking the psychic damage forces you to kind of make a couple steps back.
Oh, okay, so Farwold didn't really expect this.
Yeah. As the Remove Curse spell works exactly as you didn't feel like anything exactly happening. So the spell took effect as you would expect.
Okay. Interesting, Farwold says. So Sas, indeed, there doesn't seem to be any curse on this weapon, but it sure has a soul. And it's a very powerful one, if I had to guess.
It looks very fancy. I don't know. I'm not a wizard, but I would like to have such a great weapon with me.
You can sell
This-
it for the money you need.
I don't
Yes.
need any money.
What did you
This
say
is-
that you
this
just
is a-
needed money?
This is at least
100,000.
a big.
Okay.
That's a big pouch of gold there.
Nikki the Wusher,
Minimal.
thank you very much for the follow. Nice to have you here as the Party of Power Rangers. Greeting you on the channel. Happy to chat with you, ask questions if you would like to know more about the campaign. You can check one of the collection videos we have on the channel, which we have a short intro videos before every game. We play every Monday. As at this specific moment, the party is trying to identify what kind of item they have retrieved from one of the past adventures. And the item they're currently talking is the Age of Stormire. It seems to be a sentient weapon, and currently it has recognized as a master sus. And as the other party member tried to touch it, his touch was repelled.
I'll grab it back. I don't know. I see the forward went back, so I'm gonna grab it, check it. If nothing broke, if the forward didn't break it in any way, I don't know. He's a wizard.
As you're grabbing the weapon with your hand, you hear the voice in your head asking, "Are you sure they're not thieves?"
We'll find out.
Okay.
They will regret
So
if
that's-
they are.
Sas, last remarks on the sword. First of all, this is
Farwell, you
insanely
can hear him
precious.
saying, "They will regret if they are." So as he's
You're
still
gonna-
keeping,
-1 intellect.
He still talks out loud.
Nice. I don't hear anything, right?
Rafe, you also hear him to be answering, keeping conversation.
Ah, I
Not on
hear
the
too.
topic. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
So
I,
Fawaldis
yeah.
Fawaldis pretends nothing strange happened, but he's doubly concerned now. And he says, Sas, just like a few remarks on the sword. First of all, it's insanely valuable. This gem alone is worth a fortune. You should be careful where you show it and whom you show it to. People would kill
Yeah,
for
I
that.
wanted to buy a sheet for it. I didn't found any. Like,
Yeah, that's a very good
I need
idea.
some cover. Just like, for 1 gold, for 10 gold. I don't know the prices.
Wait, I think
Yeah,
I
yeah.
might have seen something on the first floor as Breen starts walking down the stairs.
No. We
Gonna
we
steal
cannot
something
just
that's not ours.
we cannot just steal
course we
from this
can.
person. Yes,
Just
but
save
we
this man's life.
we need him to leave this island alive without fighting.
We can
Well,
ask him.
put a
actually,
5
when
gold on the place.
If he comes back.
Okay, you put 5 gold in the place. Sas, it's for your sword.
Yeah, I mean, are we gonna use it? It's your responsibility.
have it.
I mean, we can deduct it from my debt. That's fine.
Ah, you can do that.
Doesn't one
I'm
of you
gonna
is
put...
carrying his
No,
share of
nothing gonna
gold?
put.
No?
Sausage.
Doesn't Farwell or Rafe you carry his share of gold? Or he already
What?
used all of his
No,
gold?
he already spent everything.
Okay.
The Farwald owes me 1,000 gold.
That's
Yeah.
true.
And
There were two
Polo,
credits.
1,000 gold. So that's why I ask Farwald, like just give back 100 gold or something. I don't
Okay,
care
okay.
about this guy. I'm just taking the item. If I find the proper fitting, holder
Okay.
for it.
Yeah, I think we should leave some gold coins here in case he comes back and is still friendly towards us. Also for the door, I'm gonna deduct that from my debt.
How much is a door currently?
30
Tell
gold
silver.
pieces.
The material.
What are the carpenter prices nowadays, huh?
Yeah.
Plus
It's a very
inflation.
elite gold.
Tithir has
Okay.
very high inflation. It's like 100% per session.
Because of
or
the
so.
war. Yes.
Yeah, Nikki,
and because of the
initially,
trade.
we're playing by D&D 5th edition rules, but this is a homebrew campaign with a world of Tithir, which has its own geography. I can post a link to the map in the chat if you're interested with. We have more information about the campaign if you can follow our Patreon link on the bottom. There are more details in there, but generally, just feel free to ask questions. Happy to chat. So,
Yeah. Wait, forward is not done yet. So, second thing, be careful with this item. It talks. I touched it. It talked to me. I'm sure
What does it say?
That it already has an owner. I thought maybe I want to attune to it. I don't know. I guess it was referring to you. At least that's what I hope. You should be careful. It will try to talk to you, and we don't know its intentions. And being a warlock, I know that oftentimes the swords trapped in items, they can be harmful towards the
Sas's
holder
head is starting to
and the
hurt
environment.
from so much, inception thoughts of you have a sword that has a master, but it could betray you, and it has another soul inside of it that has its own thoughts. It's like, oh no.
Okay.
Sure,
Sas,
yes,
be
I'll be
careful.
careful.
Sword is mean. Sas, be careful. Sword is mean.
Well, you will all be there, just help me out. I'm just gonna use it. I don't know what else to do with it. What I'm gonna carry it.
Let us know if something is happening. If
you can
the sword
hear the
tells you
voice in
something
your
that you don't
head,
like.
Sas. Of course you know what you need the sword for, right?
Right. Yes, I know how to use a sword, and the sword needs to be used. It cannot be on on the wall. That's not the proper use. Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
if something happens, I'll let you know, of course. But I don't know what can happen.
Breen comes back to the second floor carrying the sheath for the greatsword.
God. Okay, whatever. Just leave the coins.
So,
guys,
as you
how
put
much
it in
time
the
do you think we
sheath,
still have?
now it's about 11 p.m. And as you're putting the whole sword in it, now you don't see a handle that you could pull it out. So for anyone outside, that might seem that it's empty.
It looks empty. That's perfect. If people will think I'm just carrying an empty sheet. Okay, it's in behind my back, and I have a cloak, so literally should be just maybe a piece of sheet visible. Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Then just
Send
be
us
careful
just
not
the
to hit us with
spices.
that.
No, of course. Why would I? I mean, unless you ask me to.
So now,
how much time until Tyler comes back?
If you look at the maps and lore picture, this is how Sas would be looking like. Except that you don't see the handle of a sword behind his back.
Fair enough. It was the plan all along.
Maybe.
Yeah. As this is resolved, you can hear how there is somebody trying to open the front door with a key. And as the door clicks several times, the door opens, and you see how Tilo is returned back to the house, and he carefully closes the door behind him. He looks at you all as most of you are standing on the second floor. I think I have a good and bad news for all of us.
Okay.
What are the news? Let's go on a short pause, as we're live already an hour and a half. So 5-minute pause, and we're back to find out what are the news. One, two, 1, 2. Hello, as we are going back from the break. Thanks everybody who joining. We have a couple of regulars. Sebastian, are you with us today? Hopefully you are. Nikit the Wisher, nice to have you here. Feel free to ask questions to me, to players. Happy to chat about D&D. Are you playing yourself or are you DMing? And what's your favorite class? Got my water. Interesting.
Can you hear me though, Liam? I think you can. So no escaping from a question or a remark rather. First the question, like how much psychic damage did Farward actually take? Because I forgot. Was it 8 or 6?
So the roll was 2d6 and you can see the results in the rolls channel.
I didn't know you
So
rolled.
it's 9.
Okay. 9. Okay, so I would take half damage because of Intellect Fortress. I get resistance to psychic damage.
Good to have
So-
Intellect Fortress.
Yeah. Okay. I thought it's a wasted spell slot, but it just makes sense from Val's perspective. And you did. Why is it... So it's... Your primary attribute probably is the saving throw. Ah, that makes it easy. Primary attribute, 2d6 saving throw. That's... Okay.
I mean, you succeeded. That's why it was 2d6.
Ah, 2d... Right, 2d6 was the damage, not a DC. Fair enough. Right. Would it be then rounded down towards 4, or would it be 5 damage?
You always round down.
Okay, so 4 damage. Good. I would say like the Eldritch Blast becomes quite powerful by now for
Yeah, same with the
cantrip.
Firebolt of Wraith.
Maybe we should have a short rest before we leave. I mean, 39 damage, that was quite something.
Warlocks. Short rest.
Now you understand all the jokes why about Warlocks, that they say it's just Eldritch Blast class.
Casting cantrip. Rest.
I mean, it would be so good if there would be like a feature or so, and I'm sure there is one, to be able to cast 2 cantrips as one action. That would be insane.
You could use Twin Spell for it if you're a sorcerer.
Wow. Not yet.
Is Sebastian with us today, Carolina?
No, he has planning, so he said that he would join after the meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looking forward to having him here. So, as we are back to the party of Power Rangers who are currently in the hideout by the person whom they know only by the name Tilo, whom they took away from the prison, literally from the torture rack, as you gave him healing potion, and he brought you to his hideout, and he promised to go to the town and find out something more about escaping the island. So we ended before the pause how he has returned back to the house and has found you all back whether to the second floor on the ladders, and he announced to you that he has some good news and he has some bad news.
News first, please.
Which ones?
Bad news.
Milady's word is a law for me.
Thank you.
So as you are grouping up next to him, he kind of starts walking to the left and to the right, correcting his glasses, looking at you, and in the end he's like turning. So I guess you would need to do something with the way how you look. I already seen posters of a tiefling and 2 humans posted, especially in the district where the crew of Black Daughter is placed. I mean, probably a couple days more, they're gonna spread around the city. That has been quite a hit for their reputation. They want to handle it as soon as possible. Especially they also don't want to lose the contract money for as I've heard, there was another escapees. The good news is The commotion that you caused actually caused them a couple of contracts, which I'm extremely happy for. There were a couple of the escapees that managed to get out of there as well. The famous killer. I've heard that he was captured by the crew of Black Daughter. I only know that he is. Wait, I forgot. What's the? Let me open my
Bugbear
notes.
man?
Yeah, correct. Bugbear. Only heard that
How
he's a
they all
bugbear.
suspect us.
It's according to the news, it was quite a massacre. Nobody knows why some of the prisoners didn't join and didn't leave. Some of them were killed. Maybe there was a mutiny. I mean, there's something happened on the -2nd floor and looked nasty. But anyway,
Okay.
we're here now, and if we do not escape the island in this night or next day, it might be even more problematic. So that was about bad news. But the good
and
news,
just one question.
Oh.
So the big guy, did he make it? Or not? I didn't catch.
yes, he's at large now. The bounty on his head is 7,000.
Wow.
And the contract is opened again.
How about we take the contract? No. I could scry on him. I could easily find out where he is, I guess. Not easily. He's a druid
You
thingy
just
or
freed
so.
them.
Firbolg was
Give
a
and take.
druidish kind of guy. This Farbolg, Bugbear wasn't a druidish kind of guy. He was a melee combat person.
Ah, yeah, right.
He was a killer.
Mixed them up. Yeah.
You remember
Yeah, no,
his
no, we
moves
don't wanna hunt
as
that
he
guy.
incapacitated one of the guards.
Yeah. Okay. But
Wait a second.
how do they know how he looked like? Who would remember?
Well,
I
especially
guess-
because every time we have this weird stuff, I always wear my hoodie, so they shouldn't, in theory, see my horns that clearly. Then it was dark. I try to hide them always somehow.
Basically, what he's saying that your identities are known. At least your looks are known.
Mm.
So whatever we were thinking didn't work.
So this regarding the good news, I have a couple of those pesky dragonborns who owed me big time, so at least I could ask them for help. There's a particular acquaintance of mine who said they might be shipping a cargo of spices out of the island in the early morning next day. But the trip, it will be off the island, but it doesn't go directly to Denver.
Then
Dragonborn land.
isn't this Dragonborn land already?
So first it
The
goes to
underwater ships.
Liort, then it goes to Engard, then it goes to High Lakes, and only then it goes to Denver. So
How long would that take?
we are free to step out as soon as possible, but if you are looking for a specific destination, that might take some time. So if you're looking at the world map now, so Liort is exactly on the east. It's in the Volon Kingdom lands. Then if you follow by the, I will post the link to our world map to the chat as well. If you follow the coast of the Volon Kingdom to the north, then you will find Engard. This is the second stop of the ship. Then it would cross the bay and end up in the High Lakes. And then it would return to Denver, going back to the bay and going back to the south by the coast. So I would say I feel obliged to you, so of course I negotiated for all of us at the same time. I'm even gonna pay your share for the transport.
Oh.
That I think would be square and fair deal. You know, there is honor among thieves, and he kind of corrects his glasses sometimes.
Whatever.
But if you have any other options or a quicker way, feel free to take me in if it gets me out of the island faster.
So wait, how long would this round trip actually take until it goes back to Denver?
So he is saying that based on the road and based on the speed that the ship takes because of the problems at sea, they want to cross that places as fast as possible, so they're not gonna stay in the ports for long. They're gonna unload and move on right away because they are scared to stay in the open waters for long. So the whole round trip, because the crew will be working like full-time 3 shifts for that road, it would take about 2 weeks.
That's right.
2 weeks with a few Dragonborn on the same ship? Might as well just take the ship. I mean, seriously, what are we gonna do 2 weeks? No way. Especially not with Sus. I don't think he's the patient kind anymore.
Mhm.
So...
Who has the map?
Map?
Yeah, so actually we probably should have a map from the Sandkeeper's, bubble system.
You know the locations of the places, so I can just recall
Okay,
it to
that will
you.
do.
Mhm.
That will do.
Good
Like
that
anything in the north.
Yeah, your characters would know it, so I'm gonna post it in the Maps and Lore channel. This is the location you know, Paula knows are still in place.
I think nothing of that's in the north. Need to check, but...
So nothing of that would be in a different kingdom, of course, in Velen Kingdom. The closest place on the world map to the items that mentioned is Denver, of course. Other than that, probably Filne would be the closest one, but it's way more to the south.
Can't even...
I posted
Don't
the
even
link to
see
the
it
map
on map.
for you in the chat.
Yeah, I'm
I
just
can also
checking
post it in the
out
maps and lore.
but... Filme, it's basically on the border to the Orklands.
Yeah,
It's not
this
really
is where they
open
build airships.
So is it close to the other place where we wanna go? Any of this?
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, it goes directly to Made Monastery, right? Which is where we want to go to catch His Highness.
Yeah, correct. This is
Oh,
where
maybe
Paula
then-
went.
Maybe we can just continue with that one.
So you would only need
Yeah.
to the fastest way would be to get to Denver and then use the bubble and to get to Made Monastery.
So we still need to get to Denver, like...
At least that's the closest bubble
Yeah.
location.
Did anyone pick teleportation, sir? Warlocks, sorcerers. Okay.
I don't
But it
have
doesn't-
teleportation circle as Warlock.
You at all?
I mean, I have Dimension Door and something else. So I have many ways of teleporting people, but it's never more than 500 feet. But what about our
Lion
sorcerers?
sausage? Sorceress?
What, flying sausage? I mean, if it's there.
She hears what she wants to hear, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
Are you proficient with
I
teleportation circles?
checked it and it didn't look like it would make any sense for me to be able to use it because I don't know any sigils and I don't know any other ways of the teleportation circle.
So you need additional knowledge to make it work, or what?
According to the description of the spell, yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless I'm
So,
wrong. Yeah.
if you talk about specifically a teleportation spell, once you learn it, you kind of learn maybe one location that, like, let's say your hometown, Rave, you would learn teleportation from there. But then you would need to visit different teleportation circles and basically write access codes to them in order
Yeah,
for
and
you
keep
to
them
later.
open everywhere. Yeah.
Well, not to keep it open, just once you open it, you enter your passcode and this is where it leads.
Mm-hmm.
But we
Yeah, I
have a
need to make
book
sure that
with
they are open on the
teleportation
other
circle.
side. Correct.
To get
Directly back to Denver. Okay, never mind. You don't have it.
Yeah, you don't have it, so we keep on.
Flying sausage option.
I mean, I'm just thinking, because for now it's difficult for us to move outside, because people know more or less what we look like, and especially I think like the how we are like shuffled together will give us away immediately. I mean, who else runs around with a tiefling and the guy with the black cylinder hat? So, so probably what you could do is like this. So tomorrow in the morning, this other ship is gonna leave. We kind of get there sneakily. I think we have enough dust of disappearance and enough dimension doors to try that. And while at the port, I guess we can look out for the flying sausage and make like a ad hoc inquiry and ask them if they're leaving, when they're leaving, and if they're taking us. We can try that, and let's say they say no, or they say, I don't know, hold them, we want their bounty, then we just disappear and go on the other
What if
ship.
they're not there?
Then we go to the other ship. And then we need to figure out how we're gonna shorten those 2 weeks, because then there's no way we can wait for 2 weeks. I mean, His Highness will be on a different
know where.
continent by then?
Mm-hmm.
So we probably have to actually take over the ship. Either by charisma or other means.
Yeah, we
As
can
in
try-
one of our previous
okay.
episodes, I already asked you what was your proficiency with the ship. And what did you tell me, Farvar?
No, right.
You
No, I mean we're gonna
you burned
we
the
can
ship.
charm, we can try to charm them, right? And then they're gonna work for us, and they're gonna.
Or we
change.
enslaved them. I mean, we first try to be nice, and if that doesn't work, then I'm
I
just
suggest
not
we just go now.
entirely sure.
We can
Now.
sneak now. In the middle of the night is the best chance. We go to the port and we see what ships are there.
Could try that.
I mean, the shops
is
are
like the-
closed. Already.
The moment Fawad tries to sneak, I mean, his armor starts screeching. and
you can
making
always take it
noise,
off.
Yeah, but Fawad's not gonna do that. I mean,
That's
Do
an
you
option.
apply oil to it?
1,000 times, and DM is still not willing to make that work. I mean,
Nope.
DM, maybe if at some point I buy a special oil, then I don't know, it will be like
You-
45s of
no.
duration, you know?
You had an option of buying special armor with a property which doesn't give you disadvantage. It was just a couple thousand more.
Just. Whoa.
Options, you see, choices. The choices were made. So,
I'm in debt now. It's not like I had the money lying around. Well, Okay, anyways.
So, what's your mind? Do you have your own plan? Asked Tilo.
Do I disguise myself?
Can you disguise yourself?
No.
Does
I need an oversized helmet.
I mean, yeah, maybe we should try going during the night. I mean, if something happens and it's so difficult to spot us, and we can just kill people and leave in the dark, and they might just not know.
Maybe I can
Yeah, I
help
like the idea.
us in sneaking. If you want to go in, I can try to make you less noticeable.
Was that Tilo speaking? Or?
Says Bryn.
Oh. Ah, right,
Yeah, I
Bryn.
mean,
She's a
let's do
ranger.
it.
Bryn, you're a ranger. Congratulations, you can help us.
Congratulations.
That sounded very passive aggressive.
Yeah, that was wrong.
No, that was just. Yeah, okay. That was. But that never happened because Fallout has, high charisma and stuff like that. So we're just thinking. But yes, of course. Bryn, you have Pass Without a Trace, am I correct?
I can make us less noticeable, right?
That would be awesome, because I think that's all that we need. Then we can... Should we tell Tilo about this or not?
He also wants to escape, right?
But do we have... I mean, they might charge, you know?
If he was already... Did he already pay for the other trip?
Alright, yeah. Then you can just go with the Dragonborns. Okay. But whom do we trust more? Do we trust a ship full of Dragonborns who owe a favor to someone we barely know? Or do we trust, like, the ship of
Sausage.
pirates?
We
Sausage,
trust
guys.
the people we
Course.
already know, of course.
But they wanted
we
to
just-
charge us in the first place.
Yeah,
And
but they were
only by...
friends.
And the captain knows you
Only
were trying
by-
to charm him.
It's fine.
Yeah, but he didn't...
So we are very
We
good
even-
friends if he
Yes,
still knew
we
and
are.
didn't bother.
We are friends. No, not anymore.
But
He was
Okay.
trying to avoid your company the rest of the trip, if you remember correctly.
oh,
But we sang and we were nice and...
You did it with the crew
Well,
and with the first
what is
man,
m-
first
yeah,
hand.
It's more important than, keeping the crew
yeah.
happy. They will do their job good, and then the captain should be happy too.
I mean, we can try, but I feel like this captain's very opportunistic, and the moment he feels like he can make money out of us, he'll try. So maybe we'll have to fight the whole crew. And then we again at the same problem. We can kill them, but
Oh,
how do we navigate the ship?
We cannot kill anybody else until we leave this place. We can just try with the Dragonborns and in the next island get off and find an alternative solution, but it might get long.
How about our dragon taxi? Could that work?
How do we contact him?
Wait, he told us his name. We have the
Yes.
name of the dragon. That means
Alright.
something in the world of magic. We have his true name. You know, like if I would conjure like a devil or something, that I know his true name, then I have so much power and control over him. The question is, how would that work with a dragon? Cannot conjure him, but
Do I know how to contact
remember
the dragon to space? Okay.
So, you remember that your friend, his name is Rytor, and he called himself a champion of the deep. It's a coral sea dragon. And he gave you his true name as a appreciation of your efforts in a way, that you were true to your words. And he also told you that, yeah, you could have a contact with him. So when it comes to contacting other creatures which are away from you, further than your shout distance, you probably need to use some magic. So there are ways how creatures or humanoids can protect from being contacted. That's true. But unless they are... Very often they are open for the communication by their own choice. So they know about that somebody is trying to contact them and they might agree to them. As far as you've traveled with Bob, you learned that... And you even sent the message to Breen using the same means. It was the spell called Sending.
Yeah, because he had that spell.
Yeah, there are also higher tier, I think, communication spells, but none of that you encountered.
Good old times when Bob had a spell for everything. So the question is, do we really want... I mean, how many times can we actually contact the dragon and make him listen to us?
So far you haven't contacted him a single time since.
I know, but just contacting him because, say, we need a taxi? I mean, it feels like kind of a waste. I mean, how many times do you have a dragon owe you a favor? And for how many favors can you ask him? I mean, probably we should ask... You know, Rafe, he could probably teach us some dragon magic or some, you know? I mean, he's like super powerful thing. Like, he's wise, he's smart, he's powerful, he could probably teach you something, or we could really call him when a situation like Bryn, we don't... Let's say something goes wrong, we're trapped on this island with a few guilds trying to kill us, then we can call him for help. Something like that. But for a taxi ride, I feel like that's wasting.
Well, I mean...
Bryn is
we only have
listening
the
to
option of
this
the
and
choice.
saying, "You know an ancient dragon? By name?"
Yes.
Bryn should not know that. Fowler doesn't say that, of course, right?
Wait, hadn't we already
It's an-
told her the story? She should have known because
No.
that happened before.
No, she doesn't know about Duvalier now. And Farvald being dead now.
No one knows that we're responsible for the current economic crisis and all of that, and that should remain
We
that way.
didn't say there has to be a lot of dragons in the sea. It could be any of them.
Okay, so Fowler will answer Bryn's question and be like, well, you know Rafe, she's a descendant of dragons and she has some mysterious ways. And we're just considering, it's not like we ever did it. And the last part was not a lie, so...
She
Yeah.
looks with awe at Bryn, at Rafe.
Yeah, I mean my ancestors and contacts and all of that, but yeah, I don't know.
Say something in Draconish. She asks.
Do I speak that? Alright.
Is it very loud if you
Yes,
speak
yes, yes.
Draconish?
Yes.
I mean, if it's very loud, then maybe don't do it.
Oh. No, it is Infernal, the one that I do loud.
Ah, okay.
I mean, I made it loud that one time to intimidate. It's not that it's gonna be always loud, no. I use
Okay, I didn't know.
cantrips. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Brain was asking me, I'll say, hey, nice to see you in Draconic. Does she speak?
She doesn't answer. None of you understand what was this crackling sound coming from Rafe.
Oh, that sounded better than the Dragonborn, right? Or what do they speak? They don't speak Draconic, right?
No.
Okay. So,
So, what do we actually do?
I think we follow Seth's idea. We just sneak out in the middle of the night to. Alright,
the
do we
port.
trust the pirates or
Yeah.
not? Do we try to trust the pirates? Or do we try to trust the Dragonborns?
We just need the weak people to steer the ship. Like, do you want to go with the Dragonborns that have 100 HP, or with the, sailors that have 6?
Well, I'm pretty much like the world around us is adapting to our level, so I don't think those are like 6 HP sailors. That would be too easy. But I mean, the easier to. The thing is, like with the Dragonborns, maybe we even have an advantage because our princess can just talk to them in Draconic with a very loud voice, and they'd be like, "Ooh, ancestor."
There's many ways, but we have to go to the port first. Then we either take a hostage, we fake the documents, we took some kind of a ship guy as a hostage, we take a captain as a hostage, we just whatever. There's so many options. We just go to Adventurers Guild and we say, give us a ship, or we, gonna start doing bad things.
The flying sausage seemed to be like just they never said no, never come back. They knew that we might be coming back for the trip back.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they happen to be there. I'm pretty sure that we can just
waiting for us to hop on board.
And well, no, not necessarily, but maybe they're still there. We can just hide in a box until they start.
Let's go grab whatever we can find that has value in the ship, in the port, and escape on a pirate ship, right? With a bunch of
that
crew.
makes sense.
Well,
That makes actually lots of sense. We sneak on board so that even if they're tempted to, I don't know, create like a trap for us or want to sell us out, we kind of skip that part. We don't let them detect us, and once we're like out in the open sea, we're like, "Ah, surprise, you're old friends." And if then they want to fight us, well, they can try, but
Yeah, no, but come on, we really part ways friendly, and it was more like this is not a goodbye. See you soon. So it should be okay.
But wait, asking Tilo, how high is the bounty on our heads?
The posts that I've seen there in the town, I think they go with a 15k plus.
So you still think they're gonna be?
I mean, there is an image of 3 members there, so I don't think they pay for pieces of you separately. At least they don't have my posters in there, so I'm happy for that. My posters are not visible anywhere; they already were removed, but they are probably gonna come back. I mean, my offense was pretty minor. It's just this sadistic motherfucker who was slashing me back in the interrogation chamber.
It's fine you're not in that situation anymore. We're happy to bring you out of that.
I mean, I kind of wrote off the debt that the Dragonborn owned me, so you wanna go on some other ship? And how reliable are they? What was their name, you say?
No, why does he... No. Why does he know this? We did never talk to him about it.
You're talking it's a group conversation now, what you're doing now.
We're all together, whatever you say, everyone else hears.
Les, you're not gonna have a bounty on your head, so Timur, calm down. You don't need to know anything.
I mean, I already know you. That's a lot, somebody would say, but I think I owe you for taking me out, so...
I wouldn't leave a witness if it was my choice, so you should be thankful to these 2.
Sas, you hear a voice in your head. Is he a thief?
We'll see about that.
Well, technically,
If
he
he
is a
tries
thief.
to steal. He's not stealing
need to
you
get-
from me.
We need to get rid of that sword before Polo joins the group again.
Oh.
Let's go to the port, and there's like gonna be no ships, and then we take the underwater tunnel to the city of the mermaids.
So are you going?
What else? I mean,
Yeah, but we're gonna go with the brain's
Flying
way
sausage?
to get undetected, and yes, we're gonna try to get into this flying sausage. What do we do with Tilul? Should we just let him go with the Dragonborns and just part ways in the port?
I mean, the Dragonborns owe him, so he kind of repays the debt. They get something out of that, right?
He
Whereas
doesn't
the
have time pressure,
pirates,
so
I mean, the pirates, they don't get anything. They just lose 15k if they don't rat us out. That's all they're getting. On the other hand, the other guys are Dragonborns. We couldn't ever trust one of those, right?
You know that the population
like
of the
we talk-
island is generally 60 plus percent of Dragonborns.
Yeah. And they probably... Someone knows someone from that guild. Like, I feel it, like...
yeah, of course.
Okay, I let you guys decide whatever you think is best, because I don't know.
I mean, I think we should get into the flying sausage if it's there, of course, sneakily or invisible. Yeah.
Okay, then we
Initially,
kill pirates instead of Dragonborns.
we don't need to do it. It could be that we're still friends. Let's try. Otherwise, we kill. Yes. But always
Mhm.
the right way first. Right? I don't know. I would do that if you think different, but it's really, we cannot really be traveling 2 weeks. That's the problem. Unless we want to live new adventures in other islands that we never heard of.
No, we cannot miss out on His Highness. We need to meet him at Madei Monastery, otherwise we're probably never going to see him again, and we miss out on a big contract. And Farwood is very determined, because that's like a contract kind of given directly from Helena, and so it means that his deity is involved, and it's important for him.
Tiam,
Yeah.
as we discussed this, there's two options: east and west, basically, and north a bit. Do I get any tips for the remaining piece as we discuss different destinations?
No.
Where?
You need to
Interesting.
ask.
And he get like visions?
Okay,
I don't know
no
what he
tips,
means.
then
I
nothing.
mean, currently the only thing that's whispering in your head is an orcish voice.
Yeah, but there's Unite Us, logo, sign above everything.
Yeah,
And
that one.
I'm missing the piece.
Yeah, you're missing a piece. So far, nothing. It's quiet.
Good. Nothing, then nothing happens. Let's go before it's already 6. Oh, it's almost 4 o'clock. Come on, let's go. Or we can go and kill all the dragon bloods. Murder all of their guild. That's also an option.
Okay, maybe let's have 1 hour rest or so. Does it help you, Sus?
Short rest.
I mean, does it help you?
Typical warlock, yes.
Come on.
Yeah,
You can rest while walking, right? It's not like an activity.
No, it would be an
it's for your
activity.
health. It's for your
You
health.
know, warlocks-
That is what he
Warlocks are like, they wield powerful spells and like boom, 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 but after 2 or 3 times they need to take a nap. It's just like how they are.
Sleep. I can
Yes.
No, we already tried that. Didn't work. How about me and Bryn will go for shopping and we will come back in 40 minutes.
But all shops are closed.
No, it
Plus
doesn't
you're
make any
wanted.
sense.
It's middle
You
of
know
the
I
night,
can
yes.
open doors, but okay. I see. I'm gonna wait for you here. You can take a rest. I'm gonna look for the shield anyway.
It was gonna be for
Half
you
an hour.
actually. Wasn't it for Sas to recover some HP? Wasn't it the whole idea?
Yes, that was the main
Yeah.
idea. But it
I
doesn't
don't
work.
need to recover
Okay.
anything.
Well then let's go.
Recover HP.
I mean, looking at Sas, I mean, after the whole incident, how well does he look? How good did he take that?
He looks way more straightforward than before and bold about his intentions, but regarding his health, he looks very much fine.
I thought I
Should
just
I try
bold.
something to see if he still gets some damage?
So probably
Stop
he got like
investigating me, guys. Like, stop. Like, insight check, charisma check, deception check. Check how much HP he has. It's like,
No, but I mean, when someone slams your door and you kind of throw magic at him, which should make everyone look bloodied or weak or bruised, and this guy looks fine, then you notice, right?
I mean, there is a
I
sign of
noticed.
impact, right? So it wasn't really unnoticed, but it wasn't also lethal or critical. He
So he had like plus
is
30
stronger
HP
than
or-
he looks like, yeah.
Okay.
Tough
Well,
as
good.
nail.
Then, yeah, okay. I mean, if you're really in a hurry, then we don't.
I have some
need
potions
Then Val
with me,
doesn't need
don't
a short
worry.
rest. Okay. 1 hour?
It's almost sunrise, guys.
Yeah, it's
We're gonna be
about
sneaking in the middle of the day.
Okay. What time?
it's about 1.
Ah, it's fine. 2 a.m. Sun doesn't rise. Just let me have a
Okay.
quick nap. Like, Fowler just lies down on the floor there while everyone is, you know.
Tilo
gonna
is
take a
looking
nap.
at you lying
Good night.
down there on the floor and like, this guy is a stoic. So, and then he turns around and just grabs some snacks, as he seems to gonna have a sleepless night. So, during this hour, anyone wants to do anything specific? Rave?
I still don't know what I learned from the last book I read. The alchemy book.
How many long rests did you have already since then?
One.
Yeah, because you would need several
Okay.
long rests before getting
Oh.
something useful.
Okay.
So if you would take like this whole 2 weeks journey, let's say, that would be enough to study it completely, for example.
Long book, okay.
Sas can heal himself.
Oh.
Plus, he asked for a shield, so we have a paladin. Congratulations. No, I
Will give you
I
give
don't
me
know.
the shield?
No way.
Oh, right.
Yeah, there is no
So
shield in
I'll
the
take
house.
it from someone. Yeah, I'll find some.
That's fun.
I'm good to go.
So 1 hour passes, so
Yes.
please mark off short rest if you need. Everyone is ready to go.
Cool.
Ready to murder.
Okay, so now it's about 2 a.m. It's a light breeze outside. You can see how the wind has intensified from the direction of the sea. And as you're leaving the house, Tilo is leaving the last one. He's closing the door. The lock clicks 2 times, and then he goes to the side of the house, opens one of the bricks into the wall and puts the key in there and pushes the brick back. And then he turns back to all of you. I think we better keep the low profile, at least until the port. And as he's saying this, Breen is saying, I can help you in that. And she would be casting a spell called Pass Without Trace. So, yep. So as you are being led by Breen and Tilo to the port district, if you remember the map, do you? Should I post it in the...
Yeah.
So you're
this
basically...
would be helpful.
Okay, I'm gonna post the map of the Tower of Rock again in the Maps and Lore
We
channel.
go from Troll Church to West Docks.
Correct. And further by the end of the West Docks, this is where the Duvalier ship is being constructed. So as you're going through the town, you notice that here and there would be like torches and people, couple of people crossing the street, so it's not completely dead. You can hear some lively voices, but you are trying to keep the lowest profile you can. So I would like you to roll stealth for me, please. Keep in mind that Breen
With
gives you
advantage,
plus
right?
10. She
Okay,
gives you
someone
plus
else has-
10 on your roll.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Breen rolled natural 20, which just makes it 28, and then plus 10, 38.
What? Polo feels challenged here. Actually,
Hollows
that
is
would
not
be a
here.
nice meetup. Okay, but
Yeah,
so
I got a
Favo
grade 8.
true to his
Rave 8
Favo true to his nature.
Mm.
plus 10, so 18. Farwell?
True to his nature, Favo rolled a 6. But it turns into 16, so I think that should be fine.
Okay, it's 16. Sus?
23 plus 10.
33. Yeah, so basically from all of your group, of course, Farwell's silhouette is the most noticeable, and he leaves the most traces behind him. And then Rave, she's not really accustomed, even though she has a dark vision, but she's not really accustomed to the crawling somewhere in the night.
Yeah, but we have, I have the boots. That should help as well.
What do your boots give?
Oh, this silence boots, so that when we walk,
So it
People
gives you
don't hear.
advantage.
Advantage
Doesn't-
on stealth check based on moving, kind of. On the sound. Sound of. I don't
Sound only, yeah. So regarding sound is fine, but so as you're moving further on, the only place where you seem to be more in the open than before, if you're looking at the map, you would need to cross a bridge next to the old ward into the West Docks. So there is a smaller bridge and there is a bigger bridge, and both of them are basically next to a small square of a town. And this is where there's a quite a lively time here happening. You hear that a couple of people are leaving the tavern standing here, and they're gossiping. Some of them are trying to, bulldoze each other and starting the fight. So the mood here is pretty lively, as you would never see that there is a middle of a crisis. At least this is how the drunk people feel like. Everything is nice and shiny. So as you're crossing the bridge on the other side, the Tilo is quietly telling you that you would be approaching the Dragonborn ship he made a deal with. He would need to make a passphrase, and they would be leading you in, and you would approach into the next 5 minutes. I would like everybody to roll for a perception check as you are looking for the flying sausage.
Perception.
I rolled so they're
21.
12.
Sus? No sound?
You're on mute.
12.
You have a plus 9 and
definitely-
wow. Nice.
So as you're passing through the neatly parked ships in the West Docks, and you see that it's very crowded here, and the warehouses on the right side of the docks, all of them are closed at this specific moment. There's only seagulls quacking above your heads, and overall there's this nice pleasant breeze from the sea. It's way nicer and cleaner here than just staying in the dusty hideout that you've spent the whole day in. As you're going through Farvault, you seem to notice a familiar ship look, but this ship, it doesn't parked exactly by one of the pierces, but rather it has about 50 meters distance from a pierce. So you would need a boat or some other means to get it, and that's why you weren't really sure if that's your ship or not. As you are stopping and pointing to the silhouette of a ship to everyone, saying that this is flying sausage, you notice that there are a couple of the watchers on the ship itself with 1 or 2 torches, but other than that, it doesn't seem to be any sound is coming from that ship specifically.
That's good. I mean, if that goes wrong, then no one will notice.
Yeah, Breen is telling you that it's... I mean, okay. If you really want to get to that ship and without getting your feet wet, I might help. But then our sneakery would be over. Pass without trade won't work.
Maybe dimension door works, no? Or is it too far?
She says that she can cast walk on water.
Well, that's some way to draw attention. Appear out of thin air and walk on the water. I mean, that's... yeah. That didn't cause any attention in the past, right? But... I mean, we can try, but we could... But if we do Dimension Door, then Pass Without a Trace would actually not stop, because it's Bryn who's casting it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just Dimension Door right into the deck and be like, hi.
I mean, if the range is enough, then why not?
But Tilo is with us, right? So we are 5.
I mean, we can still part ways here. He can go with the Dragonborns because that's his way out. He doesn't have to be anywhere in 2 days.
Yeah, the port from the side looks like this. I posted you a picture in Maps and Lore channel.
That is,
you can take Tilo. I can make it to the ship. No need to Dimension Door me.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we ask Tilo what Tilo wants.
Yeah, I mean,
because
let's just do
I mean,
it
we,
quickly.
He's a witness.
We could just
We
tell
should take
him.
him.
Just talk to him quickly.
Tilo is... So if you're asking him, he's going to roll.
Or wisdom to make decisions.
So it's very average roll. So as he looks at the shape and then he looks at the square back, and he's like, this is the ship that you mentioned you want to go with? Does any one of you know how to handle ship of this size? On my approximation, they need about like 20 to 40 crew members to operate it. If you're experienced sailors, probably you could do that. Do you know if the crew is on board or not?
He has a good point. I mean, what if they don't want to leave now?
In the morning?
I don't know. But then, I mean, we still can stay on board. That would be probably safer than stay in the city. No one's gonna check the ship, right?
Yes, but is there like any information on, okay, these ships are leaving in 2 days, this is leaving in 1 day? Does that exist in these docs?
Oh, if you want to
Like a
go to
blackboard.
quartermaster of the official shipments, and yes.
No, we don't want to
But-
ask. We just want to read somewhere.
I mean, you want to hire some privateers, and you need to ask the captains. As for my suggested way, it's definitely off the books.
So
I guess we just have to try and just somewhat get on board. I mean, it would take so much time to know, gather information. Are they gonna leave? Are they not gonna leave? I mean, if they're not gonna leave, then we leave and we go with the Dragonborns. Which gives them time to rat us out, technically, but...
Are they
just
gonna leave
risk
the
Breen is
game?
asking, so should I cast Walk on Water? You're getting there yourself?
No, if we're getting there, then we're gonna
Maybe.
use what?
I mean, Sus said he has no problem reaching that ship, right? Maybe we can send him and he can have a converse where he's recently not the most patient and damn.
Leave no
So maybe he
witnesses.
just tries to...
Oh my god.
but I mean, we
he's
could
gonna
try.
use it.
Just Sus goes and then asks them and like, hey, are you gonna leave? And in best case, he doesn't kill them because he thinks they're pirates, aka thieves.
Then he comes
back and tells
mentally
us.
entail the sword. Everyone's friends.
Thanks everybody who joined us as the party of Power Rangers is trying to make the way out of the island called Tower of Rock. And they're about to maybe on board a ship called Flying Sausage, with which they have arrived to the island.
Let me scout the ship. It will take us 1 minute and we will know everything. So just give
Okay,
me
we'll
a
stay
bit
here
of a
then, yes?
dynamite. Yes,
Interesting, sure.
Rafe, give me a bit of a dynamite, like 3 or 4 pieces.
Why? Of course not.
Because I asked
mean-
you.
No. Didn't you say you're gonna scout the ship, meaning you're gonna find out if it's gonna leave now or something? That's it. You don't need to do anything with dynamite.
In case it's a trap, I need a way to sink the ship.
No, you can leave because you're really a samurai, so you're really
Okay,
fast
then
at
you might never
escaping.
hear from me ever again. If I'm not back in 5 minutes, then I'm dead.
If
Okay.
you're not,
Then we go to avenge you.
you said that it was 1 minute. If you're not back in 2 minutes, then we're gonna go and find you. Yeah.
Okay, then I'll stay here. I'm gonna go check out the ship, and I'm literally gonna go on the water.
Okay, please, Sas, can you please describe us how you do it?
I'm walking on the water.
No,
Quickly.
so the ship is about 150 feet away from the piers. You can walk all this distance, no problem?
Yes.
How can you walk on the water?
You believe?
Especially you not.
You start.
Whom
to
do you believe in these days? Deity or sword?
If Farwell can do it, then I wouldn't be so doubtful, yeah. But Saz, walking water.
Across liquids. So, DM.
Yeah, you.
That shouldn't
So
be
if you wanna use that specific feat of a monk, that means you need to start on a hard surface and end on a hard surface. So like being a Sonic. It's not like
I
you're
can also
forever
shadow
Jesus.
step. So.
That's
Well,
possible,
you tell me
yes.
if I can do it or not. So.
Yeah, if you do it together with the shadow step, then it works. Yes.
Okay, then I'm doing it, and it actually causes no sound because I have shoes, so there's no splashes, nothing.
So you use the dash
Silent
plus
figure,
dash plus.
bonus action dash. That should give me 200 feet easily.
Wow.
Just can you comment exactly on the feats what you're using as a monk? It sounds really cool.
It's a movement, so I can move along vertical surfaces and liquids without
Yeah.
falling.
Yeah, that's a nice
So-
feat on the mount called Unarmored Movement Improvement.
So until if I don't stop, I can just keep running. So the distance is within 200 feet. I can make it. I think even more. I can spend key points to even extend it. So I can make it 200 points, and I can also make another 60 points with Shadow Step. Because
So
it's
your
dark.
run is 50 feet. If you do the dash, it's 100 feet. Your jump is how far?
I think
60
it's
feet.
double. Jump
So
is
you-
60, yes.
Yeah, you need to. So you use your full action to dash and the bonus action to shadow step. That was your answer. As simple as this. Yeah. So that's enough. You can only hear how he disappeared away from the circle that Breen creates around her of silence, as you see his silhouette go in direction of the water, and then at some moment you look at that and he's no longer there and he's already on the side of a ship. Sus.
And then on the
As
what
you
was
are climbing up and you are like on the edge, you're looking at the top level of ship. Yes. So I would, as you're crawling, I would ask you to roll for perception, please.
26.
As you're crawling upwards from the bottom lower to up, as you're passing several windows which would be used by cannoneers with their cannons during the naval action if needed. You hear that there are mumbling voices in the depths of a ship. So there is definitely some presence of someone in the inside of a ship. But as you're getting to the top floor, there doesn't seem to be anyone really talking. There is maybe one person on the very tip, on the very front of a ship, standing there with a torch. But other than that, you don't see any other observer.
Is it hissing sounds or is it human mumbling?
What was your perception roll?
26.
That was a high enough
Yes.
roll for you to realize that you haven't heard a human word in there.
So immediately jump, run back to the shore, and then shadow step to the pier at the end. So I just pop up.
Approximately 30 seconds later, I can see how suddenly there is this shadowish figure appearing out of nowhere back in the circle of silence that Breen has casted.
And I'm gonna speak quietly. I think the ship is a trap. There's no movement, and it looks abandoned, like if the crew was... Someone took out the crew and replaced it with another crew. And I heard hissing, so I would think it's a dragonborn. So I don't think they're gonna help us to navigate the ship.
So
You remember that
So
it
we
was
stray-
purely a human crew before, as you were traveling
Yes.
and conversing with them.
The sausage men were human people.
So, this good thing is, it's a bit further away from the pier. So, do we want to have some fun? No one's gonna know.
I need a shield.
Exactly, you need a
everyone's
shield,
gonna
we
know.
all
We're
need
the
gold.
Dragonborns.
I mean, Sas needs a shield, we all need gold. We just leveled up. We don't like those guys. We have the reputation to maintain, you know.
Yeah, 50k
Like-
is
like-
nothing. What is this? 50 plus at least.
First of all, second of all, like no one messes with the Power Rangers. That easy. If we go into your base for your prisoners and kill some of your people, then you don't answer. You know, that's the message you want to send. I just remembered we were messing with them rather than they with us. But still, need to make a statement.
That's why you ask for dynamite? You want to explode the ship? Says Tilo.
No, we want
You
to
crazy?
go on board of the ship.
Well,
We go on board of the ship and settle
we need
that.
to save the original crew. They were friends. Maybe they're being kept. Yeah, maybe they are now locked in those cells where we saved Bryn from. Or do you think that is actually?
Okay, now I
Maybe
see
they're just
that.
drinking in the tavern, and this is just port employees.
Now I see that the price on your hats are probably underestimated.
But Rin, from all of us,
That's Tilo
wouldn't you
says.
understand best? Ah, okay. Damn. Still
yes,
addressing
yes.
Bryn. But Bryn, wouldn't you, from all of us, agree that there's a debt to settle with those guys?
I don't mind some dragon blood being spilled. But Ray of Words made me realize that it's not gonna help me return my lost edges of the Stormire.
That's true, but
So it would be
when you're one
senseless
of us,
slaughter.
they didn't attack only you; they attacked us. They tortured you. They held you prisoner.
And
No one
I
should
got
do
my
that to
revenge
any
on
of
that
us.
guy already, if you remember. Yeah, she killed the torturer. She was the one that jumped on his back in the torture chamber.
Right. Yeah. Right. I mean, okay. Fowlet really wants to go there, and he's trying to make his case, but that are all the points he can make for now.
That's up to you three to
What do the
decide.
others think?
I think we need to help our sausage men and thank them for their transport. So, unless those dragonborns are peaceful and they, gonna explain what they're doing on the ship, they don't look like they own the flying sausage. Flying sausage is been claimed by the Power Rangers already. This is our property. And they're trying to take it away from us. Yes, we are just basically protecting our private property.
Plus, they stole it from our friends. There's so many reasons.
Maybe we can ask our team of friends to maybe go to the nearest tavern and ask for the flying sausage men where they are. Maybe they're in prison, maybe they're just at the hotel.
We need to make the next prison run and free them then.
Second time just lasted.
Warren the Tiefling says, flying sausage has been claimed by Power Rangers.
It is. It's our...
Yes.
It's a part of the franchise now.
I mean,
we have a dragon, we have a ship.
But also the name is so fitting. I mean, we're called the Power Rangers. Like, what other ship than the Flying Sausage would, I mean, anyone can have an epic ship name, but who needs that? We're different.
Yeah, this is our ship now.
Yes, I think so too.
I think I said to the captain that if they need protection, they should call my address basically in Denver. I think
you gave
like
a few inscriptions.
Yeah.
Oh. Correct. So, Breen is saying, well, I guess I'm with you to the end.
Is this the end?
Just imagine
Tilo is looking around, and that's definitely not my fight. I have a ticket to go. So if you want to use it, it departs at 6 a.m. So you have a couple more hours. It shouldn't be far away to go. Just make sure to look for the name of a ship called Cabanier.
So what is the code words to get past? I mean, to get on it? You mentioned there was like some code words.
Yeah, the code phrase is the lilies cost 30.
Okay.
The ship name Cabanier.
Okay. Good. But Sasta, do you have like any idea of how many people were on that ship? Let's say there are 40.
Yeah.
I
Three
s-
of those big guys.
I saw one and maybe heard 2 others. So I would say 3 to 10. Maybe half of them are sleeping. But we need someone alive. Maybe we take the one on the top and we question him and then we deal with the rest.
I think the other way around, right? First we deal with most of them and then we question the remaining ones.
No. We should start questioning and convincing them to leave, as usual, right? If that doesn't work, then fighting.
The thing is, I think if we let them leave, they're just gonna come back with more Dragonborns. That's not gonna work in our favor. So, no one can leave the ship, technically.
But we need the crew. Like,
Why?
to
Ah,
You
steer
mean
the
the
ship.
the sausage
real
crew?
one. Yes.
I mean,
I
they
thought,
are
like-
men. They work for us.
I thought we just free the ship and then we take the go with the other one.
What?
But then just another dragonborn came and take our
You just wanna-
sausage.
Kill people, like for fun, and then leave in the other one.
For
If
knowledge,
you-
it's for
If
knowledge.
you wanted to do that, then I would just go in the other one. I mean,
No, but actually it makes sense because if we can find a crew and let's say they also want to badly leave this place, then we would have like a fast way to Denver. Otherwise it would take way too long.
So maybe let's look for the crew first. Like, let's spend maybe 40 minutes.
Okay,
And then we can
Yeah,
always come
okay.
back to the ship.
fair enough. Why is everything
Maybe the
also
crew is dead.
difficult?
Yeah.
We can maybe use Tilo for that because his face is not burned, let's say, in public. And he's a local, he knows whom to ask, where to ask, how to ask.
And we
Maybe he
still have
can-
like 4 hours.
Yeah. So yeah, let's
Okay,
ask
so
Tilo if he
he's
could be our
about to
man.
leave. How do you want to ask him?
Tilo, maybe before we part ways, we're not entirely sure if everything will work out the right way, but you could help us in a very easy manner. We're looking for the real crew of this ship. We can give you like a description, and since we know that you know how to navigate the city and you're not so wanted right now, you could look out for them and just tell us where they are, if they're in trouble or not.
Roll for persuasion, Farwell.
That shouldn't be a problem. Okay, unless I roll 17, but let's see.
He hears with you, you can see the hesitation in his body language, but then he says, I guess I owe you that much, I think I could do that. But yeah, I cannot vouch for the information I bring, but if you stay here in this vicinity, out of sight, it might take me an hour or two to check the most popular places. What was the name of the ship again?
Fine sausage,
Fine
man.
sausage.
Oh, okay.
you
Could we write it down for you?
Yeah, it's okay.
Just say we're looking for the captain. His friends are looking for him. Right now. They have a surprise for him.
Okay, yeah, I'll do. And he turns back and goes again across the breach, and he disappears from your sight, somewhere in the vicinity of the square that you passed on the direction to the docks.
Can I go with him and track him down stealthily? Should be easy
Yeah, you
for
can.
me. Okay, I'm gonna make a mind link with Farvard this time. And I'm gonna let him know that I'm gonna follow our friend, just in case he gets arrested or, someone does something weird. So I'm gonna follow this guy.
Oh, cool. Okay. I can answer, right?
Yeah. You can mind link is you can talk two ways.
Okay. Good,
Basically, like huge
confirmed,
distance and
acknowledged. I acknowledged.
Okay, so as he is departing further away next to the breach, he's starting to cross it, and he's like looking around. If he kind of a couple of times checks his back. So Sas, please roll for stealth. So it's dark. It's already past 2 a.m.
26.
You are invisible bat in the darkness of the night. So you can be anywhere, on the bridge, under the bridge, doesn't matter. As he is crossing to the other side without realizing that he's being followed by you. And as you can see in the distance of your vision, how far are you trying to keep from him?
60 feet. I mean, on the roofs, basically, I can just silently move across him. I just don't want to lose him. Basically, I don't want to hear much. I don't want to lose him, and I want to keep him inside. If he decides to run away
what do you do once he enters one of the taverns?
Wait outside.
Okay. Cool. Then I would like Farwell, Rave, and Breen roll for the stealth as well, as you are staying on a spot.
Mm-hmm. 9, but it's still plus 10, right?
Yeah, it's still plus 10.
Great, 5.
So Breen was really bad. So
All my rolls today
Who
suck.
was really bad?
what are your stealth team today?
5.
So it's 6, 5, and Farwell is 19.
9. Howard is the best. What?
What is that? I mean, it is a sign we shouldn't do it.
Yes, as you are staying there, basically at some moment, Farwell, you're noticing that the man who was standing on the top of on the front of the flying sausage, it kind of turns and walk closer to the side and look in the direction where you stand. And only because of your role, you're noticing that in advance you're asking everybody to kind of lower down their heads and trying to stay silent as he is watching that side. At this moment you are not exactly sure how and what he has seen, but that guy doesn't seem to be moving or reacting or shouting anything. He just stands in that direction. So
Okay.
Distance is 150 feet.
Yeah, that's fine. But before the whole hour passes, Farwell would like to do something. And in case you wanted to make
you won't be able
it
to
pass,
take any
otherwise...
rests or short rests.
Why? I'm
Because
just
you're
lying on
sitting
the
in
pier,
the ambush.
I'm
You're
just
literally
lying
sitting
there.
in the ambush. No. It's not a rest activity. Just warning you.
Yeah, okay, then Farwell's gonna do nothing.
Okay, back to the sus. So you notice that he is entering the first tavern, and he disappears from your sight. He is there approximately for 20 minutes, then he leaves. And then he seemed to be talking with one of the guys on the front, and that guy is pointing him to another side, and he knocks to the door, and there seems to be a small window opening up. Tilo seems to be saying something in this window, and then the door opens and he is let in. But the door that he is entering, the whole building, it looks like normal residential house. It doesn't look like a tavern of sort.
Does it has any Dragonborn signs on it of some specific guild? Shipbuilding?
No.
Adventures?
No.
Okay, waiting.
Yeah, it doesn't look like guild house. Looks like residential house. So in that place,
Still have
he
time.
spends about 40 minutes. And as he leaves, he's going to the next tavern to the side. And he enters there. You can roll for perception.
Okay. Just goes around the taverns. 16. Okay.
So as he leaves the second building, you notice like a couple of the sweat drops on his face. And he seemed to be like someone who had minor physical activity or something. So as he enters another tavern.
I mean, does he looks beaten up?
No,
Bloody?
he looks, he's walking the same way as he was before. Your roll is not enough to identify exactly
Okay. I mean,
what's with him.
my face is on wanted list, so I'm just watching him.
Yeah, you're sitting on top of the
I'm
house.
watching him until I see any of the sausage men that I may recognize from the crew.
Yeah,
or
you
the
know the
captain or
crew,
anyone.
remember their faces, but you have a perfect vision for the whole square. But you don't seem to see anyone, any human who resembles the member of a crew.
Yeah, actually, the human would be already a good signal.
Correct.
Then just keeping a watch.
So
Actively.
about 20 minutes later, Tilo is leaving the third house, and then he is going across the bridge again in the direction of a port.
Then I'm gonna go down and greet him and ask if he found the crew and what's the status. If he needs help.
So you catch up with him and basically in the middle of a bridge, and as he's doesn't look behind you, kind of get closer to him and you startle him. He's like, "Oh, it's you."
Hey Timo, how's your
Yeah.
mission going?
Oh, you were checking my back? It's very noble of you. No, that was actually interesting what I found. And he's like kind of cleaning the sweat from his face. So as far as I asked, in those two most popular places for the local ship builders and also crew members, they were expecting the sailors from the Flying Sausage to actually at one of the tables in there. And in the brothel that I stepped by, a couple of girls also seemed to be kind of disappointed. So they were expected to just join them there for the evening, but the crew doesn't seem to be there.
So no one saw them coming into any tavern during the whole... No one saw them. That's what you're trying to say.
I mean, at least they're not partying and hanging out there. I mean, and the ship is clearly in the docks. So...
Oh, they could be dead already. Well, thank you. That was a really good job of you. I
Sure.
just, if I heard you screaming or anything like that, I would have immediately helped. But you seem to be fine. Just a little bit tired.
yeah, sometimes investigation can be a hard job, right? So, yeah.
Oh, then let's head back to... I mean, I'm gonna, as we're walking by, I'm gonna pass the information to Farwald.
How far does it
Let
reach?
him know. I think we agreed that it basically like a mile at least or something like that. It's like goes really far.
It's not
Unless there's a, dedicated protection in form of walls and other stuff it can reach.
I mean, it's written how far it works.
Okay, there is a
specific.
Let's see. How much does it say? No, for the mind link, it doesn't.
110 feet.
Features, racial feats. And I think at some point we agreed
110 feet.
you can
is,
speed,
30 meters.
Okay, then. Good, then it's changed.
No, I'm
Going
just
back
looking
to
at
the
the
ship.
spell
Changes,
description.
everything changed.
Don't remember.
It's fine, it's fine.
Yeah,
we
so
agreed that 110 feet is the distance you can establish a link, but afterwards it kind of keeps on going. Okay.
I mean, once you get into the range, you can use it again. You don't need to re-establish it. You're still connected with Farvel. That's true. But it's not like your radio has an infinity range.
That was okay. No problem. Then
Yeah,
Farvel,
so
you
the
don't
moment
hear
you get in range, after some time, Farvel, you hear the voice of Sus that they are approaching.
So I think they might be held hostages on the ship, literally, or we couldn't find any. They're not in the city, it seems, unless they're in a prison cells. Yeah, no one could tell us anything useful.
Yeah, but the ship is here. This is kind of weird.
Maybe it's here, and the crew might be on the ship. They could be literally under arrest for a violation of something. Didn't fill their tax declaration. I can go alone to the ship and try to find out more.
I guess I'll be maybe seeing you at Cabanier.
Still alive.
We still have a few hours, yes.
Yeah, so now it's about 4 a.m. in the morning, and he said that the ship would depart at 6. So you have a couple of hours. So, but the sky gets definitely like lighter. The darkest time of the night has passed already.
Yeah, my team members seem to be focused on looking into the darkness.
Especially Farveld, yes.
Yes. He's really focused.
Oh. He's Farveld is reciting very important literature. You know, he's rethinking his spells and everything he learned from his deity and concentrating. But he doesn't hear the sus.
It's okay. You end up with Eldritch Blast anyway.
Nah,
Okay.
I'm more than that. Don't reduce me to Eldritch Blast. Have a...
It's okay. We all have our signature spells.
I have a way more complex personality than that.
I don't.
No, trust me, it's gonna be fun.
So Tilo is leaving the group and goes further to the north by the docks.
Okay.
So are we going all together at once? I watched the rotation period of that guard on the ship, says Bryn. He rotates to different sides every 15 minutes.
But is he the only guard? I mean, on top of the ship, is he the only person?
He is the only one.
Okay, so it's most important that we kill him first and silently. And the rest we can probably deal with under the deck. I guess the rest of the crew was under the deck. If he's the only one on top.
You kill silently.
Which... Yeah. I mean... Bryn? I think you're very good at this, right?
I mean,
When it comes
as
well, I
to
guess.
when it comes to hunting an animal. That's true, but
Dragon points? Maybe then Sas can do it. I think Sas is also very good at.
No, I want you guys to show what you managed to learn. How
I can
how
bring
your
us-
skills become.
I can bring us on board walking on the water, says Bryn. If you wanna get closer.
I mean, Fawad is not the quiet type. That doesn't work. Like and Fawad can probably not kill him fast enough because before he alerts the whole crew. So
Maybe it's a good practice now. Time to practice silent assassinations. It's dark. It's a standalone ship. There's a one guy at the top.
Do you want to try a new sword?
No.
Why not?
What
You
I
also
actually
need
want to
practice.
do, I want to check the pier and the piers around us for any signs of blood, I don't know, fight, maybe swords laying down, or
good idea.
maybe there's someone hiding in the docks waiting for a signal. I want to have a look around.
Yeah, I mean, I want to try to message the captain, but once we're closer.
So wait, you didn't find any of the crew members, right? That was the whole message. Okay. So maybe we have to be super careful. Maybe they're on board. Maybe they've been taken hostage. That makes things more difficult, to be honest.
Just swing the sword. What can happen? Nothing. The worst thing is they give some sort of a signal, but then we dimension door out.
Worst thing is you kill the guys who are trying to flee. I mean,
It has happened before, I guess.
We can
Okay,
let our diplomat
we'll just
in
see.
and convince them to give up. But let's do something before it's already 4:30.
okay. So maybe, Bryn, if we could ask you to shoot an arrow at that guy, could you do that? Apart from getting us across the water? Because if you shoot an arrow and then Rafe casts Blight, that might be enough for that guy. Maybe. Who knows?
Sure, I can try.
I mean, if you have the spell slots for it, I'm not aware how many you have.
I have some
And I'm a
mental
warlock,
energy
I'm very
in me,
concerned with
yes.
spell slots. But, okay. But I'm asking, like, Rafe if she has the spell slots for Blight.
Me? Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, why not?
So,
Like,
Breen is... she is gonna cast a spell. So she's casting a spell called Water Walk. The 3rd level spell. And it lasts for 1 hour. And it grants the ability to move across any liquid surface as if it was solid ground. Up to 10 creature gain this ability.
That's pretty cool.
Do we
let's see,
lose
like,
1
the
hour.
other one?
For 1
the
hour,
other
could we
the
run
one
to
one lasts-
Denver across the water?
Yeah, right. I was just thinking that. Let's just run in.
Because how many times can she cast that in a row?
Yeah.
You know?
She is not a sorcerer, you know.
But what if we do, like we walk over water and then we do dimension door ahead, then we continue walking, then dimension door again a few times? It should take us far.
Yeah, you can get, let's say, a couple miles
Yeah,
away
yes.
from the shore. You can definitely do that.
But alright, we had like a 3-day journey, right? Or 2-day
What is that,
journey,
pizza?
something like that.
Kids bringing pizza?
Ooh.
It's a food delivery, yes, from Liferando.
Oh, they're very nice. I want kids too. I mean, just right now at this moment, but
Do you want
Just
his
when
kids?
you need a pizza. No, it's a supermarket pizza, so I don't.
it doesn't matter. I mean, beats no pizza, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Off yours.
No, but
Okay.
okay. So moving
What are we
across the
doing?
water.
So Rave casted the Bryn casted the spell, and she is
okay.
like all of you, and she is slowly starting to get closer. You wait for a couple of minutes, and then you see how the guy with the torch starts to rotate to a different side. She disappears from your vision. She's pointing to you that it's like, go, go, go. And you start running. There is like splashes
we're
of water
crawling.
happening.
No splashes. We have boots of side.
Crawling across the
Yeah.
water.
No, really
In the-
carefully.
So-
I think
The action.
never
Everybody's
was walking
wet
on
now.
water so undignified.
You're all wet from your front. Yes, even though you can you cannot drown this hour, but your like front is still full of water if you want to crawl.
It's fine. Come on.
Bryn
Let's just
anyway
run.
kind of runs all the way to the side, and then she finds one of the ropes, and she starts to assemble herself up. So as you all get into the top, she briefly disappears on the top, and then she drops a couple more ropes down to help you. So I would like everyone to roll stealth check as you're trying to climb up.
Oh, again.
Us without a trace.
She doesn't have it.
I have.
OMG.
Oh no! Like
Sas,
this
you
is gonna
casted
be
the
the
spell?
Yes, because I see we approach the ship. So
Okay.
we get plus 10.
Wait, am I silenced now?
No, what happened? Did you roll 1?
No, you
I rolled a 6.
6.
21.
Gives you plus 10.
Finally something. Okay, so 31 for me.
No, Rafe wasn't
23
even
plus
there.
10.
She immediately appeared on the top. Yes, athletics and acrobatics was never really your thing, Rafe. But I guess this light breeze in the depths of the night kind of like invigorated you to
climbing.
climb up, yeah, for some rope climbing. So you got to the top, the very first one. Farwell was the last one. Sas
I'm
could
already
just
tired.
walk.
Thanks for mentioning.
Sas could just walk up without noticing that it was a different direction, yes. So,
Yeah.
as you get into the top of the ship, you notice that Bryn... I can hear some snacks. So
yeah,
Bryn,
I'm
she is
just
climbing
sharing with my
higher.
team.
She's climbing higher, and she gets into this, eagle's nest. And this is where she extends her bow. And she's about to shoot to the guy which stands on the front of the ship. As you currently climb on the back of the ship. So as she
Is
Okay,
he
but
more than
looking-
60 feet away?
from you, he is about that distance. Yes.
Farwell
Okay, then
then?
I'll wait for something else.
I mean, I'm not gonna do anything, but I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna look at this guy and try to understand: is he actually one of this crew? You know what was their name? Do you know the Black Widows?
You currently
or...
see the guy from behind, so you would be too far to recognize his face. By the body type, see, he seems to be human. He's not dragonborn, so you can
Right.
recognize the race. But
Damn.
It's not.
Let's abort the plan.
yeah, he's the only person you can see on the top now. Meanwhile, you can see how Bryn, she is extending the bow.
No, tell Rin not to shoot him. Tell Rin not to shoot. Not yet. Sas, tell her. You can tell her telepathically.
I mean, I can.
I can, yes.
do-
I'm gonna say, wait.
Okay.
Wait for my attack.
For your
And
attack?
I'm gonna
No, we're-
You see how
shadows.
she doesn't let it loose. She kind of puts the arrow back, and she's like looking like
Oh.
questioningly at you.
So then the shadow step happens as a
Mhm.
reaction. No, shadow, I think as a reaction.
It's bonus
So
action.
many, yes, bonus action. Yes, 60 feet, bonus action. And I have advantage on the first attack, but I want to silence the guy.
So you grapple him technically, I guess.
Is it an attack? Do I have advantage on grappling him?
And you're strong now, right?
I mean, that's a surprise thing, so you definitely get advantage on that from there, but that would be double advantage already. So I would say that's a contested strength check. So you definitely close his mouth from the back. That's a success, yes. But then he starts to like wiggle and trying to release himself. The torch in his
should
hand
I-
falls down into the sea.
That's fine. I mean, I'm gonna grapple him and start talking to him like, who are you? What are you doing here? And if he tries to scream, I'm gonna keep. Then I guess the strength check happens. But if he tries to talk quietly back, explaining, if he's scared,
doesn't. He is immediately trying to. He's not listening.
okay, then it's contested check. He's doesn't look like a seaman, right? He's strong. Anyway,
Let's see.
contested check. 16.
13. So you keep his
Nice.
mouth
Nice.
shut. Yes, as he's trying to kind of break off your hold. What do you want to do?
So does he look as a crew member from? I should see. I mean, he should be the guys that we saw the crew, how they dressed, how they look like, how strong they are. Does this guy?
Yeah, you're
look
basically
like a crew
point
member?
blank to him. Even though it's dark, but you're behind him. You spent several days with the crew, so I would roll that you would be able to identify him if you've seen him on the ship before.
Mhm.
Rafe, you can see that Brinchi is holding the arrow at the ready at the one of the entrances to the lower deck, just in case. And
Okay.
Sas, you have never seen this man.
Can I give a mental bonus action, mental message to Bryn, kill this guy? And I'm gonna keep holding him so she has a good hit, I guess.
Uh,
But I'm like,
Rafe, you
holding
can
him,
see
but she
how
will-
in the eagle's nest she is like immediately turning the bow in the direction of Sas, and as Sas like kind of rotates the guy to his face, Bryn, she doesn't need to roll for that because he's immobile. She releases the arrow, just pew, and it gets exactly in the chest of a guy. After a couple of
Okay.
moments, he falls down to the side, quickly
Silent
being put
check.
down
Can I-
there by
Can I
Sas.
see,
How about
like,
use
from
a
my
reaction?
location? Okay, go.
Go
Farhad
ahead.
wants to use a reaction.
Finally,
and
yes.
he uses the level 6 spell, and I'm not gonna
Already?
tell you what it is.
But already, come on, it's
the
just
thing
one
is-
guy.
No, I don't want anyone to know what this is, DM. But
Come
you
on,
know.
everyone
Wait,
has
I'm
to
gonna
know.
tell you. No. Wait, I'm gonna write to you on private what it is.
I mean, I have couple of ideas. Wait.
are you doing something with his dead body?
Maybe.
I mean, I can see the spell, I guess. So wait, I need to confirm.
For now, nothing happens.
Yeah. I just wanna see the spell effect.
When it happens, we will know, right?
Oh wait, let me check. Does actually nothing happen, or do you see something? Ah. Okay, yeah. Actually, you see Fowl do something. So basically, the moment this guy is dying, or seems to be dead, Fowl makes like a very strange and abnormal looking gesture with his hand. Like he twists it like in a way where you think like that might hurt. It looks kind of unnatural. Also, you see his eyes like flaring up like in a dark violet, like with other different spells. And yeah, and also you hear him say something, and there's like and it sounds like very dark, but it's of course he doesn't say it out loud, but it sounds really dark in a different language. But yes, that's all you know.
Okay,
Not
really,
suspicious. Okay.
really cool. Yes, I like it. So yeah, this happens. So this happens now. Currently, the top deck that you are currently, it's completely empty. There is no other sources of light. The torch is gone. You know that by the ship design, there's currently one single large stairs which lead into the lower deck, and then there would be one more floor, the lowest deck, where mostly of their supplies are stored. So on the lower deck there is a crew sleeping, and there also the captain where you had lunch with all the sailors. So, but from there currently you do not see anyone leaving. Rafe, you could only notice the magic emanations coming from Farwell, but you have no idea what he just did.
Secrets everywhere, great.
Check this guy immediately for some kind of identifying. Maybe he has Adventurers Guild card sticking out of the pocket, or he has some sort of a letter, like, you know, like police order that allows him, I don't know, any sort of document or sign or symbol.
Yeah, we should all check. Really quickly.
Like who he is. Random guy.
Yeah, he barely has a wallet, come on.
With
Yeah.
passport.
Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, I can confirm to you that they were actually ambushing probably us here. But with high certainty they were ambushing us, so even though that's a human, I'm not 100% sure why. Still, so we're not sure about who's ambushing us exactly, but so we don't have to have mercy with anyone we see here.
Yeah, okay.
Where's the crew though? Like, you know?
But who was this
Wait,
guy? Like, did we find already an ID?
Let me think about it.
Think about it.
So you see kind of Foul's gaze gets kind of like a little bit like, I would say like glassen, you know, like he's looking into distance, focusing on something else, like he sees something you don't, just for a very brief second. But then he comes back, like, and he just looks at you and says, yes, it's the crew of the Black Daughter. They yeah. We don't need to have any words with anyone.
There is no crew here, right?
They are here.
Ah,
They're
okay,
probably
go.
under the deck. So he's really just a spy. So everything as expected. We're smart people. We were right, and now we're confirmed. Cool. Sure.
Well-
Okay, then let's go downstairs and make them pay. So, Farwald actually conjures his Shadow Blade. I think it's for the first time. So, usually you would kind of expect him to conjure his packed weapons, and they have like this magical glare and flare around them as they manifest. And this time it's quite similar, just it looks quite different. So you can see like the surrounding everything is kind of dark or in half shadows, and it's like the shadows kind of pour into form, and they form into very weird and somewhat oddly shaped sword. So you would it's like not a straight blade, but it's like slightly curved, and on the outer side of the curve there's like there's the actual cutting edge of the blade. So it looks a bit like a saber, but not quite. You would expect this weapon, if it hits you, apart from that it's kind of wavering a bit and it's made out of shadows, it would have quite the impact on whatever it hits. Ooh, and it does lots of damage per hit. Nice.
So you can see how Farwald has casted a weapon in his hand that you haven't seen before based on his description. Bryn is currently still sitting in the eagle's nest. Rafe, you can see the dead body on the front ship that Sas was now kind of put into the side. What do you do next?
I think we should go under deck, right?
Yeah.
Right, people?
I want to go forward first. I want to see if Farwald can solo them all. Because I remember
I can solo
we had a
her,
fight.
yes.
we had a
Elden
fight. I want
Ring
to see
means-
what the Farwald can do now.
Farwald
He's
is
also
like a
very
bit.
armored.
Farwald is a bit different now, so let's say he's not the best one at doing AoE damage very early on in the fight. So actually, it would be great if you guys can just take out several of the enemies quickly, and Farwald can do the rest then.
Okay, Brave goes first. Come on.
Yeah,
That'd be
that's pretty
charisma,
much what
because
I
we don't
was
have
thinking.
so many points.
Up to you.
I mean, no, we go like closely behind you. Farwald will be with his shield at the ready. It's just like you need to fire first. That's all. Unless.
Okay, so you are about to step downstairs into the...
Wait.
crew deck.
DM, I have a question.
Go
1
ahead.
second.
You cannot cast everything at once, then you're not gonna have anything else.
What? What is that?
Okay, wait. I'll show you.
Should I just Google it?
I got you. You should know what it is.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you just read the description. It's written there exactly on the top.
Is no, but it It doesn't specify, so Fouled
It
is there, so
specifies
he
it very
sees...
much.
This says large.
Yeah, exactly. So you are medium
but
creature.
Okay, so how large is large?
So imagine, let's say, if we take the battle mat, the medium creature, they take the field 5 by 5. So the large creatures, they take 10 by 10.
So they're like double as big and double as high?
Yeah.
Does Fouled remember how much space is there on the deck?
I mean, of course he would remember. That would
And
probably
would
be
there be
until
enough
the
space?
ceiling, yes.
Ah, okay, so there would be... Okay, perfect.
Don't destroy our
So-
ship.
Let's see. So how big is actually the entrance towards under deck? What is that a door, or is that like open? Is that
It's
like
a
a stair leading
stairs which
downwards?
2 people could walk down at the same time or up.
2 people.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so Fouled is gonna cast a second spell. Sorry guys, it's taking some time, but I've waited for this moment.
This one you probably said that you wanted to take last time, so.
Okay, so Fouled is actually casting a spell, and you see it's kind of different than usually. Usually his gestures would like target something, right? He would then focus something and focus his energy on usually an enemy. But this time it's more like I don't know, he's kind of looking inside him and more like building up the energy, like a bit, you know, like with a Super Saiyan turns to the next level, but he's not screaming or so, but it's kind of more like from within. Then he also raises his hands, and somewhat similar to what you saw before, like shadows forming in his hands and building that shadow sword. You see the same happening now, just on the deck, so a bit in front, and it's like much more. So you have kind of lots of shadows like channeling into this one place, and they get bigger and they take a shape. What Fouled actually did is he just summoned a greater demon.
We're
So
just
did you
testing it on
did you
poor
summon the one that you
pirates.
sent me?
Yes, I summoned the
So
one that I
you can
sent you.
see the creature in the maps and in the roles channel. It should appear there. Did it? It didn't appear.
Not yet.
Ah, wait, I'm opening it from the wrong. Just a moment. Un momento. Okay, now it should be visible. You can see it in maps and roll channel. In the roles
Wait, we
channel.
saw this guy at some point.
Yes, you have seen this
Yes.
exactly this creature, and unfortunately Sas hasn't seen it. But Rafe, you have a good memory of this thing running away and crashing you once you were in airfield. This is where you've seen this creature last time. So, as you let me check the.
Wait, don't you need like a blood of a freshly killed person? Material components.
I mean, but so far we never really needed the material components for any given spell, right?
So
We just said
I mean,
we
for
had
this
the
one you
material
would need,
components pouch.
but I would rule that you have a dead body just there on the deck. So
Yeah, actually. Oh, yeah, of course I have several vials. Cool.
you have one. You just killed one. Okay. So
I mean,
let's because it's the very first time you're using it. Can you tell me exactly where you're summoning it?
so I summoned it, not like really like next to us, but kind of close to the entrance. In an open space that is like big enough to, let's say, have it. So how far are we from the entrance to the lower deck?
Basically, you are within 20 feet to the entrance.
Okay, then I summon it exactly in front of the entrance. Yeah, pretty much that's it.
Okay.
What?
I'm just
What?
reading the full description. It's really cool. It's very
I
fun.
thought I didn't think of something, or something happens, but
So, keep in mind, this is a concentration spell.
yes.
You didn't do the circle for it, so it's just free to roam. Okay, cool. So,
Free to roam? What?
Can I have the stats paid, by the way? I'm not sure which ones you're using.
we're using the basic stats for this one.
Ah, okay, then I know. Then I don't need.
Yeah. So, as you can see, this massive beast or demon appearing just by the entrance of the. Of course, as it appears, this mere weight of its body, it causes the creak on the ladder and on the wood, and it appears right by the entrance. What is the command you are giving?
So I'm telling it to find our enemies and kill them, but downstairs, down the deck, but in a sneaky way. So I tell it, same basic. Damn it. Okay, so I tell it to use one spell before that. And as you look at the Barduga, it disappears. You see nothing, even though this thing is like really big. It just disappears. You can just basically hear firewalls after it disappeared say, go.
Okay, cool. So as it disappears, you can hear this loud creaks of steps kind of disappearing further into the depths of the lower deck. And as you're listening to what's happening downstairs, at some moment you hear this sound of a loud hit, and you hear the bones creaking from a distance, even though you're dozen meters away from you. You hear the splash of bones and flesh being torn to the side as somebody is screaming, and yes, you hear a commotion happening on the lowest floor. A couple dozens legs and shouts and curses and a lot of hissing sounds, as you've just like dropped a Molotov cocktail on the ant house, on termite house. There's some commotion happening downstairs, and as this epic thing happens, I would like everybody to roll for initiative. Farvald, are you rolling for the creature or not?
I think so. So Farwald. So should I first roll for Farwald or first for the creature?
Doesn't matter.
Then I roll first for the creature, for Farwald, and he has 4 initiative.
Okay.
So he's very. So you can see he's very busy. He's trying to channel those energies. It's the first time he actually does it. So it's a premiere, so he needs to spend extra concentration on that one. Yes. And, well, then for the creature, I think I really have to roll it. Just to make quickly confirm. Yes, I do. And the creature has 8.
Slow.
Do we have terrible initiative?
Rafe,
Find
4.
form.
Farvald, 4. Sus, 7. Breen, 6. Farvald, did you roll specifically in a character sheet of a creature? You didn't. You
No, I
rolled
don't
your
have
own.
a character sheet of a creature.
Okay, so
Wow, that would be so pro.
so the creature rolled 7. It has
Wow,
plus 2.
Come on, DM, you just made my roll worse.
Sorry.
I rolled 8 for the creature.
So, as the commotion happens and some blood and torn pieces are being thrown downstairs, this is how we're gonna end the game today. As the next time the party is going to have some event which somebody may call later on the bloody massacre of Lion Sausage.
Oh my god.
As Farvald, for the very first time in this campaign, instead of being subject to somebody else's will, is now himself is in the possession of a demon. So thanks everybody who was watching us. As the next time we have a fighting episode. So there will be battle map, and I think we actually are meeting in real life to have it on Sunday.
I mean, if there's like 3 of them,
We don't know how many they are. That was just your.
I mean, don't make it just 3. That would be way too much of a cliffhanger.
Because you used everything you had.
You see, Sus?
I want at least
I
10.
checked.
At least.
We shall see. We have a week to prepare. But that was cool.
You
I'm
can
happy to
collect-
see new actions, new abilities in action.
You can collect Dragonborn souls.
Of course. You can collect all the souls. I mean, it's all about knowledge, you know? Maybe a Necron wouldn't be so happy if they would be, like, really stupid. Like, let's say orcs, I'm not sure how well that works for him. Maybe they count, like, half a soul each. I don't know. But, sure.
I mean, okay, maybe there's many, but good. Then we don't need to fight, actually.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
We still... You mean today or next time? I think we have to do lots of fighting.
I mean, in general, we think that the demon's gonna handle it.
Nah,
Is it
come on,
greater
guys. Like
invisibility?
No, it's
No.
just invisibility.
Then it just becomes visible immediately as he hits.
It's a minute, right?
Yes, but it starts, you know?
Ah,
It starts, I
okay.
mean, and all of a sudden you have this demon gorilla standing, like, in front of you. That's... Yeah.
They're gonna blow up our ship, man. Because they are spellcasters also.
So you need to silence them.
Then I
How
just
much?
stay
20 feet
upstairs.
radius.
Just don't silence Rafe and me, or you have to do most of the job alone, I guess.
I don't
So
think
I can
don't
make
think
20
you can do
feet,
that.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
If you can, don't silence my beluga. But let's see. Maybe it doesn't live so long. We'll see about that.
Cool.
But what a cliffhanger! Like, I really wanted to wrap this up now.
What do you mean? For another 4 hours?
What do you mean for? No, like
I don't
10
need
minutes?
for.
Yeah, it's like 2 fireballs and they're all dead. Brave can do that. If they're all
Nah, they
packed
wouldn't be dead.
in one space.
But they wouldn't be dead. Remember, they have like resistance.
Gosh.
Yeah.
That's the thing with the AOE spells. I mean, we need something else than fire, I guess.
We also don't know where the crew is. So what if they're in the same floor? Like, we don't want to attack them. We wanna make
I,
sure
I,
that.
I told the creature to kill our enemies, the Dragonborns. I guess.
And the creature is smart enough to know what a dragonborn is.
Like, plot twist, that was the entrance to the prisoner's deck where the whole crew was, and it's just killing the crew.
Yeah, I see
Okay, that would be a
happening
big
because
thing.
the creature doesn't look very smart from looks. But
Plot
no.
twist, you would also need to roll charisma saving for the demon.
Of course, I know, that's why I sent it in first.
But the guy on top was not Dragonborn.
But the demons don't have, or this one has charisma.
So if you told him to kill Dragonborns and there's no Dragonborns, then
No, actually, I told it to kill our enemies. So.
Are you really
But
mentally connected?
Yes, I'm mentally connected with it.
So he knows your feelings and he knows how you feel. Like
You brought it from 7 hells.
just gonna kill him.
Yeah.
It sounds like.
I mean,
everyone.
Nah, it's not gonna kill everyone. Trust me. If it
Ray,
would be
if you
that strong, I
feel,
would not
you
have
see,
it.
you see the abuse of demons, and you feel like,
Wrong.
yes.
It's
Wait,
What?
abuse,
why?
right? Well, am I not a
What?
demon
What?
myself? I don't want people to, you know.
No, they have a different
not a
approach to
demon.
demons in Tiefling Kingdom.
What's the approach?
You would need to ask, and then you will learn.
I'm
That
asking.
was the approach.
Satanist cult. I see.
What?
Cultists.
No, but
Live happy together.
demons good or demons bad? Like which one is it?
Depends who is asking, I guess. Do you guess who is calling the demons, right?
Wait, is that punishable by death in your country or so?
Oh, we're not in my country, that's fine.
That was a yes. Okay, noted.
Yep, so I'm very curious to see how our next game unfolds, as the party has just hit level 11 and a lot of cool stuff is now available to them.
Not much. But
I wanna thank our today's follower Nick the Wisher, who joined us in the beginning and followed. Thanks everybody. Also thanks our other latest follower, Dysphazia's Overload, Max Brest, Xiliwan, and others. Goblin Tuesday. I wish Sebastian would be us with here, maybe Asurian.
Yeah, he did join at the end, yeah.
Okay. How much did you see? He didn't write anything. Sebastian, write something to us. How much did you miss?
Like, most of it. He was only like the last hour.
Oh. I mean, you came to a cliffhanger, so... So, I don't think we can stream if we actually get there in real life. I hope. I don't think we can stream real life game, but there'll be a post-game intro video anyway.
The result of the fight.
Wait, today was no intro video? Today
There
was an
was.
intro video, right?
You were not at the
okay, good.
intro video.
Yeah.
I know. I was
it was
hurrying
like 30
from work
seconds
to-
summarizing the whole 4 hours.
Usual.
But that's always useful.
Yeah.
Phil, you can
4
always
hours.
rewatch it. Once the stream is over, it's already immediately available.
It's good that you mentioned that. I'll rewatch the stream once it's uploaded, and then I'll know exactly what happened. So helpful.
Yeah, feel free to share the link to the game on your social media and stuff.
Oh yes, please share it with me over Instagram or so. I think I lost it. Oh my god. Okay, that was like really bad, like well, low-key suggestion to share the link to our stream, but actually would be appreciated.
You can also share the link to our Patreon. That's both good.
I'm not sure if I have the link to our Patreon, but I'm sure you can find that in the profile, right? Like what
Of the
was the
channel
Great
description,
Equalizer?
correct.
Yeah, I think all the info's there. It's actually quite helpful. There's also like some cool avatars, you know.
There is no
Custom
link to Patreon
designs?
there.
There is.
There's
it's
no
on the
link
right
to
side.
Patreon. Oh,
I don't see it.
But it's
I'm
kind
not
of
sure,
fairly
like,
small.
many-
You need to click about.
Yes. So maybe it's there.
I mean, since we are having trouble finding the link to Patreon, maybe some of the viewers can have a look. Maybe they find it by chance, and then who knows what happens. Okay, we're not selling a spree today. Okay,
Yeah.
let's
So-
end the cringe. That's fine. I just really wanted to have this fight, like, really. Now, yeah.
I can see the general excitement
Waiting
about
1 week is tough.
killing.
No, I just want to roleplay my character to the max, you know?
Good.
To be
Super.
authentic and
That's the best part. What can I wish for? What else can I wish for? I think roleplay of SAS today was also amazing.
The barbarian, yes. It's easy. It's a barbarian roleplay.
so it is a barbarian.
Of course not. You will never know. You cannot
I mean,
check the stats.
But that's the thing. At first I thought barbarian because that would kind of explain the way he behaved. But then I remembered he was asking for a shield. Barbarians don't need shields. They need like big axes, you know, two-handed stuff. They don't care about protection, I guess. I'm not sure. You tell me.
Barbarians can do shields.
Another
Those
plus 2
more
AC, I
conservative
wouldn't
ones.
mind. To a total of
So weaklings.
24. Or plus
But does
1
his
shield
swords?
to 25.
Ouch.
Yeah, you need to.
But the sword itself, it's like super big, right? I mean, can you wield it actually with one hand? Does it work?
It's a two-handed weapon.
But I can wield it
Oh.
with one hand.
If it's versatile. And if it's
Not just
heavy.
because of my strength.
Does that work? Can you outstrength
We'll see next time what
the
happens.
weapon type? Don't drop it.
Don't drop it.
I mean, just imagine, you know,
No.
he just tries to wield it one-handedly, and then the emeralds, no, it doesn't work. It drops.
No, he's not gonna drop it. He already
No,
rolled
no.
natural 20 on the sword control.
But I mean, like, forever? What?
It's like attunement. you know,
lucky.
attunement.
How lucky can you be?
Yeah, that was
Wow,
it was the
okay.
first roll of the day, I think. Also, it's like, one of the first or the first one, just natural.
Yeah, okay.
Plus
So
4.
then
so
you can
20.
probably wield it with your small finger or so. Natural 20, like, wow.
Yeah, I will.
That's a good timing.
So, you will learn the item quality possibly very soon. And yeah,
Once we
let's
identify it.
or other condition hits. But I would say, yeah, I would like to then stop our stream for today, as the party of Power Rangers successfully has left their hideout, had several options to leave the island, and decided to onboard the flying sausage again, and has discovered that there was an ambush set up for them. So let's gonna see how they're gonna freeze the sausage in the next episode. Cringe face, Carolina, yes?
The phrasing, the phrasing is just like,
Really good or really bad?
let's say it was a very loose phrasing to free the sausage.
Warren the Tiefling also appreciated this, so see, it works. Yeah, so then I guess see everybody next time, as I'll be stopping the stream. Thanks everybody for joining. Make sure to check our quick summaries of previous episodes in one of the collections on Twitch. And then other than that, see you in the world of Tithir.